Welcome everybody to today's stream. Hello. So let's get started. Here we are. And I hope you all had a nice day, a nice start in the new patch, and hopefully not too much chaos. Welcome Northgren. So we currently have a giveaway going on, just saying here directly. For Twitch viewers only, you have to be a Twitch follower to win, !enter to enter, and you will have a chance of getting 400 gems sponsored by ArenaNet. So we will do that the whole day today, so don't miss out on that. Subscribers get 5 times the luck, so if you're lucky, then even better if you're a subscriber. Welcome Tarnish, welcome. Yes, I was looking for you, exactly, I was looking for you. Yes, I think Kite, you're right, I try to always answer questions of course, but sometimes I might miss your question, I might just not know the answer. That can happen as well. It doesn't happen that often, luckily, but it might. So just ask and I try to answer it. And if I miss it, just ask again later. I will try to answer every single question in chat. Exactly, I can see it in your smile. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, the new patch, you know, yesterday I made a lot of videos about the patch and I played a little bit of it, but I did not have that many issues, but I know I had some people that had issues. So hopefully today on stream we will not encounter any chaotic interactions, any problems. But you know, you never know. It's a patch day or the day after patch day. There are always some bugs. I think that's to be expected, I would say. Yeah. So let's try some quick play. You know what can go wrong? Just do some quick play. Let's see what we get. I think it depends heavily on what kind of group you have, obviously, but I think also some of the encounters are way harder than others in the quick play. So Whisper of Chomek, for example, quite easy, no problem. I think we have not an issue here at all. But, you know, Bone Skinner can be an issue if no one knows how to deal with it. I think it's not that bad because of the buff. But then you have the one-shot mechanic in Old Lion's Court, and you also have Cunning Overlook, which takes forever. So yeah, I think some of them are way harder, way more annoying to deal with. Not hard, just harder than others. We will do a lot of quick play today, so hopefully we will have a somewhat happy experience and not just toxic people leaving, we have to restart all the time or nothing works. That will be a bit sad. Welcome. Yeah, the quick play is interesting. So they fixed one of the things with the quick play. So one of the things they fixed is that if someone leaves the group, you will get a replacement. Problem being that this replacement, if you're already in the fight, is dead. You know, they spawn dead. Why is that? Because that's just how instances in Guild Wars 2 work. If you're not alive at the beginning of a fight, you will spawn dead into the fight, which is obviously a little bit annoying for quick play specifically, because that means that if someone joins late, they will be dead and you, so to say, nonetheless will have a 9-person, maybe even less people run because they just are not there. So if that happens to you, I mean, I would say depending on how you see it, it's a little bit unlucky because you cannot play. But if the group clears the boss anyway, then you reached, so to say, the rewards because you just lay there dead and didn't do anything. I think it heavily depends. I think personally it should be an exception in quick play that if someone joins late, they should spawn in without being dead, at least in my opinion. I'm not sure if they can do it. Probably they thought about it and didn't fix it, but who knows? I have no clue. Just saying that should be in there. Yeah. Free materials? Yeah, free materials, that is true. But only if they clear it, you know? Sometimes I would say, for example, Old Lion's Court can be very annoying with people just CCing randomly and the pattern changes and then they one-shot each other. That is a bit annoying. So I would say it depends a bit on the group, you know? If the group is fine, 9-manning it, sure, no problem. I'm also happy to get free rewards. But if the group is rather bad and you just don't get it done, then it's, I would say, a bit annoying. I would rather be alive and help them. So that's my opinion, at least. Welcome, Filthy. Welcome. How are you today? I'm enjoying the patch chaos, and hopefully you all are as well. I can guarantee many people will hate this quick play mode and return to original type play when the new and inexperienced join in. Yeah, I think the quick play, if you're a veteran, like me for example, then I think the best bet is to get all your quick play stuff done before, so to say, all the veterans leave the quick play. Because there will be a time in the future where the quick play is almost exclusively run by somewhat inexperienced players. And that is not a problem for the inexperienced players, but for someone that actually experiences the normal kills of Whisper of Chomek, for example, and Bone Skinner, rather normally, fast, like in a couple of minutes, that can feel very painful, yeah? Because you just get random players that might be all inexperienced, and if you're a veteran, that is exactly not what you want to get a fast clear. So I think right now, a lot of people are clearing them for the achievements, for the relics, that are even more experienced than you would normally like guess. I think those chests are bugged still. No, they work. Okay, very good. Some of the chests are bugged in Bureau Marches, so there is that, I guess. And as I hoped, yeah, the big chests are still bugged. Oh my god. Yeah, the rewards are weekly, but you get, so to say, the chests. That's the good part. Oh, you get the chests, you see, deluxe. You get the chest sent to you. But the thing is, you get those chests every single day, those Bureau Marches chests and Strike Mission chests. So it's like the Iceblood Saga 5 is still somewhat possible. It's not as bad as people made it out to be. Yeah, it took forever for them to clear it one of these 3 times, which made me quit even before the end. Yeah, I think they have to fix those quick play issues. I think the quick play is good and all. I think it is really nice for new players to get into the raids. But I think the problem that I'm seeing is that it's not perfectly executed, yeah? So I think if they don't iterate on it, it will be a dead system in a couple of months. I think the Fractal Quickplay is a bit better in regards to how it's done, because Fractals are supposed to be a lot of times very easy and you can almost always clear them. The Raid Quickplay have some one-shot mechanic in there, and you have not only the easy strike missions in there. So in the end, I think they should increase it to have all the raids in there, and make it so that they are actually clearable for all of them. Because Old Line Squad, to be honest, it has one-shots in there. And if the group just has 10 new players that don't know what to do, I think that is maybe not clearable for them if they just don't have the time and effort to figure it out on their own. Which is a little bit counterintuitive, I would say. Yeah. All of the headaches I've experienced from Quickplay have been from the game feature misbehaving. My Outlimes group one-shot doing CC, so has every other boss. That is true. That is completely true. That there are some features that are a bit annoying. I think, for example, I encountered it like at once, I think, that you have the weird behavior that sometimes you come out of the quick play, you cleared it normally, and then it's just the button says quick play currently on cooldown or something like that. What does that even mean? How can that be on cooldown? What is the issue there? There are some bugs to be fixed, yeah. And I also think there are like some, for example, here the vendor. I think you can like there are some that need 125,000 legendary insights. Okay, that's probably a typo, but that's again a bug and stuff like that that needs to be fixed. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Quickplay. Tragic, it put me 4 times in a row in Outline Squad and people weren't able to do it at all. No moving with AoEs. Yeah, exactly. You know, Outline Squad is, in my opinion, a really cool strike mission, but I think it's one of the hardest ones for a new player to just jump in and experience it, because like compare that one to Shiver Peaks Pass. That's also raid boss now. What? That's like completely opposite of like how a new player experiences the same kind of type of gameplay. It's crazy. Welcome, Soren. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, let's do some IVS 5. Let's do that as usual. Why did they change something that worked out? I think, to be honest, it's not. I wouldn't say quick play is bad. I think quick play is like the idea is really good. If you just iterate on it, I think if they make changes for it in the next couple of weeks, maybe 1 month, maybe something like that, and fix all the issues, maybe add in like, let's say in 1-2 months, they add like 10 more raid encounters like Wing 1 and Wing 4 on top of that. I think quick play is actually a good system. The problem is right now, it's just the starting stone. And I think if it doesn't get like fixed, I think they need to be a bit careful what they do here, because they can really like make the community have a bad taste when it comes to quick play, and they should fix that. They really should. Okay, so I'm Alacrity DPS, I guess. Alacrity heal, rather. Okay, okay. Welcome, Snowbleach. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I think it's the bugs are there, and this patch is like, to be honest, like Snowbleach, I am one of the most chill people that actually experienced this patch. I know a lot of people that are like, oh my god, fashion templates, they are horrible, it's so bad. Then a lot of people say, like, we have other content creators like making this patch like say, oh, it's so many issues. But I personally think it's not that bad. I think if they fix the bugs with the quick play and the raid boss, I think actually, and of course they also already teased they will fix the fashion template issues as well. If they fix that within a week, I think it's not bad. The problem is that it's always like the first impression is the one that often counts, and that's for the patch for a lot of people not that good, sadly. That's more like the issue, sadly. I really, I'm a bit sad for ArenaNet, you know? That's like, I wanted this patch to succeed, but I think the first impression is rather bad for a lot of players, sadly. I like it, but I'm probably in the minority here. Yeah. I will also continue to do quick play because I think it's a really nice way to just make the raiding scene bigger, because I want to help players out there and stuff like that. But I think I'm again in the minority. I think it's very unlikely that we have 90% of the veterans that normally do raids with a static join quick play every single week. I think that seems to be rather unlikely. But who knows? Maybe that's the case if all the raid bosses are in there and you can just queue up next, like 2 seconds later, you're in the strike mission or boss, whatever it's called. I think that would be like awesome. I'm not sure however, if that's the case. Yeah, that is very nice of you to say, Ace. Yeah, I don't know if it's a bug, but today I couldn't join Dragonstorm Public. I'd asked to be a 10-man squad. Yeah, there are some really weird instances and issues. You know, there are some issues with like joining quick play, joining raids. And to be honest, I also have like a really like stupid issue. But where do I advertise my Dragonstorm? You know, if I want to do a 10-man Dragonstorm, where do I put it? Previously, I put it in strike missions. And now, raids, it's not a raid. It wasn't a strike mission to begin with, but it fit more into strike missions. But now it's like, is it a raid? I guess you put it in raid, but it's not a raid. It's weird. So there are some really like not thought out problems here, I would say. But yeah, will be solved at some point. Welcome, Prick. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, VOE started strong, but it's not good PR now at this point. Yeah, that is true. I think I really hope, personally, I really hope that the next patch coming up in like May or something, that this patch will hopefully like live up to the hype that we got with Visions of Eternity in the beginning. And that's my biggest hope, that the finale with like the convergence, the fractal, the raid boss, the new map, a new legendary and that kind of stuff, that all of that will actually be good. And that it's not just rushed or like missing a lot of stuff, is like a lot of bugs. I really hope that it ends strong, because if it starts and ends strong, I think it's probably the best of the yearly expansions. I still think it's not as good as all of the like bi-yearly expansions like Heart of Thorns and Path of Fire. But it started very strong, and if it ends strong, you have a rather like, the community will probably have a sentiment of like, yeah, it's a good expansion. It's not like the best, but it's a good one. Yeah, I like this that you can hop from instance to instance as well. I think that's really nice. It makes it way more like fluid, the whole run. I like that. Yeah, I guess you could put it in a champions section, but the problem is all of the community has to put DS in the same stuff, you know, Dragonstorm. Because if one like group puts it in like raids, the other one in champions section, the other one in like open world, then you will not find it, you know. You have to look for the people there. It's a little bit, yeah, what can you do? What can you do? As a news place, this patch is pretty good. If you aren't unhinged and have some consideration, trust that ArenaNet will fix the issue, then this patch is a win in my book. I'm with you there. I'm with you. I just read the forums, I read Reddit, and it's on fire. Like, a lot of people are complaining about the patch. I'm happy with it, and I think it's a good patch, and I think it's a win because it improved the systems, and that's what we need, more improvements. But I think they need to fix the bugs to make it actually a win for most people. Yeah. Yeah, in Iceblood Saga, I guess you could, but like I said, you have to put it somewhere where everyone knows where it is. That's where what I think is the issue there. Yeah. Thanks, Snowdrop. Nice. 11 months. I started out the update, but then 4 groups in a row fabled Old Lion Squad and my faith was restored. Yeah, I mean, Old Lion Squad is definitely the most unhinged one. We will do great quick play later, and it will be like, I got it like once already, and we cleared it like first try, or second try. It was not a big problem, but you can imagine that like Old Lion Squad is the killer. The killer, yeah, absolutely. Welcome, everybody. Hope you had a nice day. So far, like I said, we have the giveaway going on for some gems. If you want to enter, ! enter in the Twitch chat. You have to be a Twitch follower to win. Subscribers get 5 times the luck. Sorry, my YouTube viewers. It's just Twitch drops are happening, so I guess it makes sense to have some other incentive to watch my stream as well. Sponsored by ArenaNet. That's what it is. Yeah, raids and strike missions are 1. They are 1 now, yes. Yeah, I think I have to be honest, the Wizards Vault update is awesome. It's like insanely good because it gives a, so to say, free backslot expansion for everybody. I think that is like already like the best update ever. It's so good. It's so good. Yeah, I'm with you there. I think that, to be honest, what can I say? You know, the Wizards Vault removal of the gold, the infinite gold, I think that is a little bit sad for me because I was using that a lot. But I think adding a backslot expansion, adding or removing some of the really garbage items like tier 5 material bags and stuff like that, I think it's good that they updated it. And I also think the systems that they added with the Wizards Vault, like changing dailies and weeklies independently and stuff like that, that's good. That's really good. Yes, there is a heal DPS meter, so to say. The problem with it is that it's, so to say, client side. So I can activate it here because I have it installed, but it will not show like Arc DPS shows here all the DPS from all players in your squad. It will not show all the healing from all allies. So that's a little bit annoying. That means that everybody in the squad has to have this add-on for the add-on. And then you will see the healing of everybody. Yeah, and that is a bit annoying, and that's why I'm not like showcasing it here on stream, because most of the time it's just like showing my healing, and that's I can see that on screen already. It's not something very special. But if everybody in the squad, every 10 people would have that on, then you can see each other's healing as well. It's an add-on for the add-on. It's called healing add-on. Yeah, I mean, it's not very specific, but yeah, that exists. It's just a bit hidden. Yeah. Yeah, it looks a little bit like beta things for sure. Like the just generally how this patch feels, a little bit like not completely done. Yes, a little bit. I would agree with this. 5 times the luck. Yeah, I mean, you know, subscriber luck is there. Who knows if it actually exists or if it's just like set to exist. You know, we had not that many subscribers win yet, but maybe you're the first, Snowdrop. Maybe you're the first. Yeah, I would say, I would agree with this. I would list Dragonstorm and all the other stuff. I would list everything that is like a 10-person instance. I would list that in raids, because for me, everything that is 10-person is for me a raid now. You know, that's how, in my mind, I think that's the easiest way to understand it. If like you have to think about which expansion, what came from, I think that's too annoying for me personally. Yeah. Yeah, it's fine. I will talk English. If you have a German question or German like comment, I will read it in German and translate. That's fine. Welcome. I think people who didn't are just old players who are resenting the game already. I don't know. I think personally you should not like discredit people for being like old or for having a different opinion than you. I think I have to be like, I'm a content creator. I play this game quite a bunch, and I think I have to always keep in mind that, for example, when I talk about builds, sometimes some people don't have the relics, and I don't have that in mind, but that's still the case. So that the opinion of like people saying I don't like that, I can't play that, I just don't like the system or whatever, I think you just shouldn't discredit them for like having a different opinion because of their environment, because of they cannot play that much, because they have a different mindset, because they are like not as like active anymore, whatever, you know. I think you have to be really careful there. And I try to make my best in my content to make that possible. This guy is tanking it. It's like crazy. Yeah, I mean, at some point they felt they are really tanky. I'm actually surprised. There we go. You know, that's the difference. We will probably get a Bone Skinner later as well in the quick play, and you see probably a big difference here between like Bone Skinner with a decent normal Iceblood Saga group and Bone Skinner with like quick play group. Even though we get the big damage and damage reduction buff, you will probably see a very big difference. Still missing my block on the Staff 5, to be honest. I really missed it. So the Wizard's Vault crafting material box it's a good question, Filthy. It's, so to say, your replacement for the infinite gold. I would not go for that if you are like if you're having all other options, because like right now you can get probably like mystic coins, mystic clovers, all that stuff you can get in the beginning, which is limited. And when you are done with all the good limited stuff, then yes, I would say it's probably quite a good idea to get the crafting box, because that's just the only thing that gives you a little bit of gold back at some point. But I would not go for the unlimited crafting boxes in the beginning. That's in my opinion quite a waste of Astral Acclaim. What's a strike? Nobody knows anymore. Nobody knows. Yeah. But yeah, I guess it makes sense that the new crafting bag contains 1 gold, but in crafting materials, and that means that if you want to sell them, you get less gold because you go like move it over the trading post, and it's, so to say, not liquid gold in that case, because you have materials that you need to liquidize first. But yeah, I think it's like just a one-on-one replacement, but it's a bit more annoying to deal with, and it's also, I think it costs more. I'm pretty sure the old one did cost 35, now it costs 50, I'm pretty sure. No, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. The gold removal was good though, flooding the market with liquid gold. Especially from doing weeklies on old accounts was a bad idea to begin with. Materials are far better since they either incentivize crafting or selling, which removes some gold via taxes again. Exactly. I think it's a very smart choice for sure. Okay, we now have to do it a bit different. It's a bit annoying. Okay, then we have to do it like this. It's a bit annoying. Okay, pop-up into pop-up. Okay, so okay, I guess we are here. That's fine. It's fine. But yeah, I think they should have done it in the beginning. They should just have said gold, liquid gold is like a limited resource. You can get it like a couple of times per season, and then you get only like materials. I think that should have been there in the beginning. But I think in general, the whole Wizards World update is actually like S tier. Like, there are not that many things in there anymore that are useless. A new player, there is almost nothing that is actually like a new player trap. I think the only thing that might be considered a new player trap is the lesser essence of gold. But everything else is, to be honest, a decent value for purchase. I wouldn't say it's like good value. Some of them are like very situational at best. But at least it's not a scam. Like, for example, what was it? Masterwork Essence of Luck or something. Or like tier 5 crafting bag. This was like really big scam. Now it's at least everything is somewhat good. The build storage, yes, I'm with you there. I hate build storage and I think it's horrible, but some people say it's good for them, and so I would say it's somewhat subjective, you know? I wouldn't say it's like the worst item if some people like it, and it's a gem store item. So I think everything that is in the gem store, even how bad it is, it has some value because you can get gem store items now in the game. And so that's just my opinion. I know build storage is still like hotly debated, but at least, you know, it's a gem store item that you can get. Yeah. Also, the quick play boxes give 1 gold per as well. So in the long run, you earn more, but you have to play the content. I think that is the way to do it. You know, I think giving you content and giving you gold for the content that you do, that's really good. You know, back in the old days, if you played the game, oh my god, the Commander Deceit or something. So back in the old day, logging in gave you gold effectively. You got mystic coins, you got gold laurels from just logging in. You didn't have to do anything else, just logging in. And that was obviously heavily abusable with old accounts. They changed that with the Wizards Vault, so now you have to do, so to say, some Wizards Vault achievements to get the full Astral Acclaim per day. That is already a good change. And now making it so that you actually get the Wizard's Vault stuff and you get the quick play stuff, and then you get gold from that instead of like just purchasing it directly from the Wizard's Vault. I think that is extremely well done. So I think they actually made some really good changes with this update, for sure. It's just like people are on fire with the fashion templates and some of the quick play bugs. So yeah, I'm not sure if they listen to us talking here about the good things about fashion or about the gold and economy decisions with the Wizard's Vault. Yeah, the lesser essence of gold is like, if you're listening to this and like 99% of the players, it's not worth purchasing. There are like, if there are arguments at the end of a season to purchase it, if you're a veteran and you just want to see the number go up and you like to invest a bit of gold in like possibly not getting it back anytime soon, I guess that's fine. But I would say for almost everybody, 700 Astral Acclaim for like almost no value is quite a waste. Let's put it at that. But it's okay, you know. It's they decreased the price, and if you are a new player and listening to this, you should not purchase it. If you're a veteran, I mean, it's your decision. It's your decision. Any idea how are the drop rates from a chest in the raid vendor, the infusion containing one? So I have no clue how the drop rates are, but I would be very surprised if it is like a rather high drop rate. I think it's probably just a material sink. That's what it is. So I guess we leave. Do we leave? Yeah, so the important part, are we on Dragonstorm? Okay, Dragonstorm, we cannot do that. It's so weird, but okay. How do we get to Dragonstorm? I guess from Eye of the North, maybe? But yeah, I think like the... Thanks for the raid, by the way. Really appreciate it, Avane. Hope you had a nice stream. Hope you had some fun. So I guess I have to go in here like manually. Bit annoying, but okay. Yeah, I don't know the drop rates. I don't know, but I guess they are quite low. Yeah. I'm good. I'm just trying the new system with the quick play and having some fun with the Iceblood Saga Strike missions that I did earlier, you know, before the patch dropped. And now we will see how much rewards I get from doing them now. But yeah, having some fun. If you want to enter the giveaway, 400 gem giveaway sponsored by ArenaNet, ! Enter in the chat. You have to be a Twitch follower to win. Subscribers get 5 times the luck. We will draw it in a bit. What's the problem with fashion templates? So I don't know. I am not a fashion templates enjoyer. You know, I logged in, made like 2 clicks, said this is my fashion and apply it. And then I'll apply on equipment change so that I have never to worry about on this character, and that's it. But some people are complaining. So I think there are some bugs with like how it functions. There are some bugs with, or not bugs, but it costs quite a lot of it might cost transmutation charges for dice, I think, something like that, but I have no clue. You know, I'm the wrong person to ask about fashion templates. I just don't interact with fashion that much. Thanks a lot for the sub, really appreciate it. Really nice. Thanks, Chris. Thanks very much. Yeah, see you. Take care. Nice hype train. No, nice, Grim. Very good. Thanks. Appreciate it. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it the hype for the new patch, you know, going. Thanks. Really appreciate it. It costs LI, and that's hard to come by. Not sure if that's even meant to spend in the chest. Yeah, I think, to be honest, like 99% of the players should not spend on those boxes. It's just a gamble, first of all. So you might just like lose everything and not get anything from it. And second of all, it costs a lot of magnetite shards and legendary insights. So you're wasting quite a lot of like materials that you could invest into other things like the Raid God title or something like that. Thanks, Cameron. Really appreciate it. Thanks a lot for the sub. Really nice tier 1 sub. Really nice. Appreciate it. But what I was saying is that like there are a lot of raid rewards now, and I think like 99% of the players would rather go for something that gives actual value than gambling for something that might give you value. If you're feeling lucky, sure, go for it. But I personally would say it's very unrealistic, very, very unrealistic to expect like any infusion, even if you open like 10, 20 of them, and that's a lot of like resources. So even I would say only like crazy like raid tryhards have probably enough amounts to get Raid God, get all of the important stuff, and then have some leftovers to spend. I don't have that, and I would not recommend it for new players to spend anything on those gambling boxes. I personally like to play Chronomancer for quick play specifically because it can fill every single role. So I can play a quick DPS, I can play a healer, I can play an alacrity heal, alacrity DPS, stuff like that. That's really valuable to me, and that's why I play it. But I think, to be honest, anything that has some boon support is probably good enough. You know, I wouldn't play full DPS because sometimes it feels really horrible if you don't have quickness then, or alacrity. So I would say like boon support is probably the best. But who knows? Maybe you have some better ideas there. Anything works, to be honest. Quick play is very easy. It's more dependent about the encounter knowledge than it is about anything else, I would say. The people that complain are veterans who have lots of equipment templates in different fashion for each. Yeah, I guess that is a fair complaint. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I have a lot of equipment templates and I use them as fashion templates, and I don't care, you know. Why would like I complain about like having to purchase something on top of the already existing ones? But some people wanted to have like some kind of refund. I think that's unrealistic. You know, the system is on paper quite good, I would say, but that's just my take. You know, everybody has a different opinion on how you should interact with like UI and stuff. And I think like having a lot of clicks in the wardrobe is, or in the fashion template, is a valid point. And then paying for that on top of the already existing equipment templates, it's also a valid point, but I personally think it's a good system. It's like well made, even though they have some issues still, but it's on paper, and how it works for me personally, I think it's good. But I'm not a fashion enthusiast, I guess. Yeah, I can see their point as well. I see their point. I'm just saying, I think like they will improve on that. And I have to be honest, the whole system is not monetized in a way that I would say it's like just there to get money from us. I think the whole system with the fashion templates, it's more to please the players than it is to actually like get money from us. I think it really, I think so. They did try to implement this to help the players, not to get money from us. I really want to repeat this because I really think so. I think it's not perfect, and I think they have to fix some of it, sure, but it's getting there. Thanks, Rihanna, really appreciate it. Nice, level up hype train. Really appreciate your support. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. We're all hyped up, I guess. Yeah. Welcome, Jenna. Welcome. What's your recommendation for new player healer now? I'm thinking about Paragon Druid. I would say Paragon is easier. I'm playing it right now. I think Paragon as a healer is probably one of the easiest healers to play. I think Druid is good and all. I think Druid really shines if you have a really good knowledge about the encounters and stuff. And I think that is for a new player probably not the case. So I would say Paragon is like just bonk, heal. And that's good enough. Like I like to play this like class a lot because you see out the boon output, the healing output. It's just like enough for almost every piece of content, and it's very easy. So I would say that's my go-to option. Yeah, Alacrity heal Chronomancer needs rifle. Yes, or heal Chronomancer in general needs the rifle. That is correct. You need a rifle on Mesmer to be a healer. That's just like, yeah, that's a must, I would say, yeah. Do I have to open all of my equipment templates now with a fashion template to see my character and what it was already showing in yesterday? So I am the wrong person to ask about this because I just logged in. Then I said like this equipment template or fashion template to do. But yes, I think that is what you have to do. I'm pretty sure maybe someone in the chat knows if you have like a lot of different fashions equipped, maybe that's different, but I think that's the case, yeah. So it's a little bit of effort put in the beginning, but then I hope that it's better. Yes, public Dragonstorm is still available. I think it's just like harder to find now because you have to. I think it's currently a bit like they have issues with it. I'm not sure if it's like on purpose that you cannot get it anymore. let's leave it like that. I'm not sure what is going on, if the servers are burning, if they just had some shadow changes, but I think they are fixing it. They are working on it. Yeah, exactly. I think that's a really good comment by Veshe here. So even if you don't like the fashion templates, you can still just use the equipment templates. There is nothing stopping you from using equipment templates as fashion templates. So if you already had 9 fashion templates, equipment templates, you can use them as 9 fashion and equipment templates. Yes, they are, so to say, you bind your equipment and your fashion together, but I think that is completely fine for most situations if you're not like swapping like skins like, I don't know, minutes in minutes. So I personally would say this is just a plus. I really think this whole system is just a plus because it adds value where we didn't have value before. And if you don't like it, you don't have to use it. You still have everything exactly like you had earlier. At least for me, yeah. Yeah, Paragon is really fun. I really like Paragon as well. I think it's a really cool class to play, and it's really straightforward. It's a really clear, like, fleshed out idea how you heal or how you play. I think that's good. Would you recommend a more Alacrity DPS Spectre or Heal Spectre for quick play? I think Alacrity DPS is better than Heal because you have some barrier, some CC and stuff like that in the Alacrity version as well, and you don't need that much healing in quick play. You maybe swap to a Healing Spectre for Bone Skinner, maybe, but that's about it. Everything else, completely fine, yeah. Welcome, Baron Cone. Welcome. Yeah, exactly. It's somewhat more annoying to use, and it's a bit convoluted. That is completely valid concern and valid arguments, but I still think the fashion templates are just a W for us. I think so. They can be improved. Yes, I'm with you, but I think like not everything has to be perfect when it comes out. I think fashion templates are a really good step in the right direction. I think they just have to change some adjustments and maybe make it a bit easier to open and use. And I think hopefully everybody's happy. It's just like people expect always to have everything perfect in the beginning. I think that's most of it. Troubadour, most fun spec? I like Troubadour as well. In the beginning I didn't like it that much, but now it grew on me, to be honest. Now it grew on me, yeah. There we go, we did it. So, and we got like almost the same rewards, to be honest. Like this was an Ice Blue Saga 5 and Dragonstorm run. Not bad at all. There we go, good job. Legendary weapon swapping is a nuisance more than before now? Really? How does that work, Zephyrus? How is that? Like I have no clue. You know? You mean because of the skins and stuff? Huh. I actually have no clue how that works. You know, I just probably, you know, I make it like that. I check this box, and then after this, I don't care. I'm just swapping my equipment like normal. I don't interact with it. So I have no opinion on that. But I guess legendary weapon swapping was always a bit of annoyance, you know? So if I wanted to, for example, I'm playing, let's say I play DPS Paragon, and I wanted to use, instead of the Torment Sigil, a Slaying Sigil. It's a bad example, but I wanted to use that. Then I every time have to customize and put the Slaying Sigil on there. That is obviously something that legendaries are not very good with. So that's why I keep my Ascended weapons for exactly that purpose. But that's annoying to begin with, yeah. Yes, that was exactly the build that I was using, yeah. It was from my website, yes, exactly. So just the normal build, nothing special about that. So festival, that's what we want to go. Happy New Year, yeah, exactly. Happy Lunar New Year, exactly. My favorite new spec is Gale Shot. Yeah, Gale Shot is also very fun. I have to be honest, I don't see myself playing that much Gale Shots because a lot of times I fill roles that are a bit better filled by other like things. For example, quick DPS is what Gale Shot is like really good at, but it doesn't have the best cleave. And a lot of times when I play quick DPS, I like to have some cleave as well. So I think Gale Shot is very fun, but oftentimes I play something that's a bit more suited to the situation. Yeah, and I really like, for example, the new Chronomancer, like support DPS Chronomancer, because of the changes. So to danger time and delayed reactions, this is a really like, you get so much value. You have permanent alacrity improvement, improved alacrity here. You have just 10% more crit damage. You have more damage that way. And you just get a lot of value with the soft CC that you get. I really like Chronomancer as a pick right now. I think it's really solid. It's really good. Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you there, Snowbleach. I'm with you there. Would you be willing to showcase some Aura Share support Tempest today in PvP, PvE? Yeah, I mean, we can play some Aura Share PvP Tempest, yeah, sure. I'm not sure if I can showcase it in like PvE because it obviously always depends a bit on the groups that I'm in. So I need to find the Alacrity Healed group then. But I can definitely showcase it in PvP. It's one of my all-time favorite builds in terms of like just support and like agency. It might not be the absolute best support anymore, but I think it's a solid pick, especially with like people that are somewhat competent, which can be the case in ranked. So I really like the Tempest. I think it's probably, if I had to pick, my second favorite Elementalist spec, yeah, after Viva. Yeah, Dagger Focus is good. The problem is Dagger Focus is a little bit power crept by the healers right now. So if you play Dagger Focus, you compete, for example, with Paragon. And Paragon is just insane as a support, even after the nerfs. It's just really good. And therefore, I would say Dagger Focus, if you like it, go for it. But I think if you want to play Tempest, I think Staff is a better option, because Staff in PvP gives you the ability to heal from range, to have a lot of CC. And stuff like that is extremely valuable. Like having ranged CC, having area denial, having area heal, stuff like that is insanely valuable. And not a lot of supports, and especially not Paragon, does have that. So I think for a lot of cases, I would recommend Staff over Dagger Focus in PvP specifically. But like I said, Dagger Focus is completely fine as well. Yeah, it's all about skill. Exactly. Yesterday I saw a video of a PvP match with owning Evoker and Core Ally. Yeah, I mean, I actually played against Core Allies as well, and I think they are not that bad in the current meta. So Fizzy, don't joke about it. I actually think it's surprisingly good, yeah. But I think like it's all about skill. It's PvP, so if someone is like legendary rated and really deserves that and does not like win trading, then they will win against anyone in silver. It doesn't matter what kind of build they're playing. That's just how skill is. Like skill expression in Guild Wars 2. That's just how it is. That will not really change in the future, I would guess. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you hate the fashion templates? I would say Dark Magic, I don't hate it. I'm a bit indifferent about it. You know, normally I like to be like passionate about my opinions, but fashion templates for me is like not a number. I cannot rate it really, because for me, it's a system that I didn't need and I don't interact with, because I just don't care about fashion that much. I could do everything that I wanted to do with the equipment templates already. But I know that a lot of people like fashion, and therefore I think the fashion templates as a system get from me like a 7, I would say. Because I know a lot of other people like it. Not because I personally care about it. So hopefully that makes sense, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like Antiquary was nerfed extremely hard. I think Antiquary is maybe like not playable as built in PvP anymore, or at least not to the level that we had before, because that was insane, and now the nerfs are pretty hard. Yeah. Yeah, I can show some Dragon Ball after. Yeah, Dragon Ball is a fun thing. Sadly, I really think Dragon Ball should give you more rewards, you know? It's just, for me, I don't get anything. It's just fun. Don't even get any gold. Like, it's this one here gives me more gold, and I need to get the achievements for the annual achievement. But Dragon Ball is just like, it's fun, but it doesn't give that much. Like, it's just really like PvP game mode, and that's it. So, yeah. I was hoping for some updates, but I think festivals are pretty much set in stone. I think they will never change anything with festivals anymore, sadly. Yeah, what are you thinking about the new icons? Good point here by the chat. So the new icons, you know, for Antiquary and for Luminary, are the icons actually better than the old ones? Or do you think like they should have left it as it was? That's an interesting point, yeah. Thanks, Tessie. Really appreciate it that you enjoy my content. More to come, more to come. So for the dailies, you can do the races, you can do the destruction of the firework stuff, and once a day I do this like big chest here, just for that I don't have to do it more often than I have to, because one of the achievements that I'm still missing, thanks for the tier 1, Vastema, really appreciate it, is this continuous celestial challenger. And I have like 9 more to go, and I want to get the achievement points here from this. So I just like do it. But other than that, you know, just for the weekly, it's good to do this like over and over, because the weekly gives you a new skin that I don't have yet, and you get the legendary essence of luck if you want to get those. That's the, so to say, cheapest way to acquire them. So other than that, for the daily, nothing really. The festival doesn't really have any crazy important dailies, weirdly enough, yeah. Yeah, the luminary one is somewhat ugly. Maybe I just have to get accustomed to it, but I agree, it doesn't look like that fancy anymore. Yeah. Welcome, Loopy. Welcome. Yeah, I think the Antiquary one, you know, the Antiquary one is like they embrace this crit wizard meme. You know, it's just the red. You know, that's it. I think that's so funny that they made this change there. But I think it's fitting, you know, so that's good, I guess. The thing that is not fitting, or not, it's fitting, but it doesn't look that good, is, to be honest, the luminary one is like looking a little bit like some kind of like jail, you know, stuff like that. I'm not the biggest fan of that, but you know, what can you do? So we wanted to do some Dragon Ball Arena. So where is it in? I don't even know where it starts. There it is. Okay. There it is. Yes, I have a guide. It's linked in the description of the YouTube stream as well. Yeah. I have a guide about this festival and how to make gold. Just very concise, like in 7 minutes I explain every single activity that you can do. Ooh, get the power up. Get the power up. Kite. It's a fun game mode, to be honest. Like, I like this. Like, just like getting it feels a little bit like deathmatch with like interesting skills. I think it's really like yeah. I want to get the reflect one. You know, there's a reflect one. If you get that one, you're like, yeah, your skill level can go down. You know, you just outplay the opponents by letting them hit themselves. Nice. Are we winning? Are we winning? Oh yes, I think we are winning. There's the luminary icon. Oh god, there are a lot of people there. Ooh, the cleave. The cleave is good. It's good. You need to be a bit careful. You don't want to die. You know, dying is one of the worst things that happens here, because it resets all your power-ups. So it's really like you want to like stay alive as long as possible, collect all the nice power-ups. That's the reflect. Yeah, that is the reflect. That is one of the best things to get. You also want to collect the power-ups so that the enemies cannot collect the power-ups. So be a bit careful here in front of the enemy spawn. And there's the big power-up in the middle. Let's get that for the damage increase. Get the bubble up. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. Do you see the damage increase? Ooh, the damage. Ooh, yes. That's good. The power-up in the middle. Carry it hard. Very good, very good. It's a fun game mode. It's really fun, you know, it's entertaining. I think I wouldn't play it for 3 hours straight, but I mean, it's fun. You know, for the first couple of rounds, it's fun, especially if like a lot of players are playing and you don't always have people quitting. Okay. No, Iceblood Saga strike missions you can do actually every single day and still get the rewards. For example, oh, that was so close. You can still get the rewards for Iceblood Saga chests and stuff like that, so from the Eternal Ice Shards, but you will not get the Blue Prophet Shards anymore, of course. Those are weekly, so to say. Nice, we have all the things. Now we just need to maybe get the stealth one. That's awesome, the stealth one in the middle and at top here. Yeah, there it is. And we can get stealth and snipe the others. That's the best item. Nice, stealth, sneaky. But I think the enemies just give up. Maybe? Or maybe they're regrouping. Sad. Wasted my full stealth there. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. Was a good run. Was a good one. Oh, there we are. Get some bubble up. Get the bubble up. Bubble. The looks. Look how many people are dead there. It was fun. It's a fun game mode. It's fun. It's fun. It doesn't give that many rewards. You know, you can buy one of those like things now for free. Or not for free, but you get one of those tokens, so you can get a bit more there. But not that much, sadly. Okay. So, let's answer some questions and then we will draw the giveaway winner. I have 2 ascended pieces on my druid, but I don't play him anymore. Can I give that gear to my engineer? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Ascended gear is account bound, so you can swap it to the other characters with the same armor class. Yeah, that is true. Like, Stu, that would be like, the thing is, we have a really good battleground with like the world versus world, but it's oftentimes not exactly like that. Yeah. When do you think is the best period for me to buy all the expansions? There will be probably a sale coming up rather soon, so that will probably be the best time to buy it. And like in a month, I guess, because it's always every 3 months, something around this. So that's the best time to buy the expansions, because you will get way more value for the same amount of, or you get the same value for way more, so to say. How can I say? The money that you spend is less and you get the same rewards. That's what I meant. So that's the best thing that you can go. So giveaway, exactly. Giveaway is going on Twitch because we have Twitch jobs right now. So sorry, my YouTube viewers. But on Twitch, !enter. To enter, you have to be a Twitch follower to win. Subscribers get 5 times the luck. And I will draw the winner in 1 minute. So 400 gems. 400 gems going on. And yeah, that will be happening. And then don't worry, we will do another one later and another one that later, and we will do this the whole week, so don't worry. And yes, sponsored by Arena, by the way. Yes, so you can do the Icebrood Saga 5 strike missions every single day still, and they still give you the chests. So those chests that you jump to open, yeah, where you get, for example, the Eternal Ice shards and some Itrite ingots, that's still in there. Nothing is like lost there. But you will lose the Magnetite shards and the Blue Prophet shards. You can only get that once per week. And the Legendary Insight, of course, as well. That is the thing that changed, yes. If it says failed to enter, that means that you're already in. Okay. So I wish everybody good luck, you know. And thanks a lot for the sub. Really appreciate it, Rexcore. Thanks a lot for the Prime. If you subscribe after you entered, it will adjust your win probability. So don't worry if you're already in. And let's wait a bit until no one is like typing anymore, I guess. And then we draw the winner. When I drew the winner, please answer in chat if you're the winner, and I will whisper you the code. Important part here is if you're on Steam, you have to tell me that as well. So I think it's time. Good luck to everybody. And there we go. The winner is Tommion 100. Tommion, congrats. There we go. Are you on Steam, Tommion? If so, please tell me. If not, I will send you the code. Congrats. Not on Steam? Okay, that's good. Then you will get the code. I will whisper it to you so that only you can get it, and then we will continue. Give me a second. There we go. That's it. And what else is there to do? Then to start another giveaway. There we go. Another one is up. !enter. To enter, you have to be a follower to win. Subscribers get 5 times the luck. We will draw it in like 45 minutes or something. What do you feel about the way they murdered Greatsword Mirage? I think that is actually like RIP. You know, that is something that I was like enjoying. Like Greatsword Mirage for me is a build that is extremely fun. The problem is it's like they completely destroyed it. Yeah, I think I was a Power Mirage enjoyer. I really was. And they just like, it was a year ago or something where they introduced Power Mirage. And then we all thought, yeah, this is a meme. And then they buffed it so much that it's possible, yeah, a year ago or something. And we all were like the Mirage enjoyers were somewhat happy that this exists now. And then, like, I don't know, a couple months later, and now with this patch as well, they just destroy it over and over. They just say, nope, this doesn't exist anymore. So why introduce it in the first place? I'm a bit confused about this. I really am. So it feels like they want it to be a playstyle, but then they don't really want it to be good enough to be meta. It's really weird. I really like Greatsword Mirage. I think it's the laser show is really fun. I know it's not everybody's favorite, but I personally like this design and like concept. It's very unique for this specific class. Elite spec, I liked it. And it's just the problem is it's still okay. You know, if you enjoy it, you can still play it. The problem is it's never top tier. You can maybe play it in World vs. World as some kind of like, let's say 20 versus 20 DPS, because you actually have quite a bit of cleave with it if you like use your split search off cooldown. But in PvE, it's not that good. And or maybe if you want a tagging build, so if you're like running around Dragonfall and you want to kill all the mobs or like get all the loot from them, then it's not bad. But in all other cases, it's just like you play like a DPS Mirage in PvE with Condi, or you play in PvP some kind of like spear and sword shield or something Mirage that is very aggressive, but nothing really else that is using Mirage as a power greatsword build, sadly. Yeah, so I'm not sure. Maybe someone in the chat has an idea, an alternative build that you can run if you like split search on Mirage specifically. But I think that was a very unique playstyle. I don't see any build getting anywhere close to that. Yeah. Yeah, I think, to be honest, no, but I think a lot of times the balance team nowadays has a really like fleshed out direction where they want to buff and nerf something, yeah? But this was a change that I did not understand. So buffing something and then like a couple of months later completely destroying it again is, for me, really weird. So why did you change it in the first place? So for example, look at Weaver. Weaver gets buffed like every single patch a little bit. And you can clearly see what the direction is, what they want to do with Weaver. What I don't get is if you buff something and then you notice, nah, I didn't even want that buff. And then you change it back. You know, that's very weird to me. But I don't know anymore at this point. I just don't know. That's fine. You know, you don't have to understand everything, I guess. It's after all the developers and I'm just a player. Yeah. Nerfed it in such a weird way too, by nerfing the pass-through damage. There's a theory that they nerfed it because it was lagging people in World vs. World. Maybe, but I have to be honest, it's like, how do you prove such a theory? If that's even the case, they would never tell you. So how do you like make sure that this is actually the case, and how do you know? I have no clue. I have no clue. Daily Doom. That is interesting. Daily Doom with 30 LI. Okay, it's gone now, but okay. That was interesting. Yeah, I mean, the Snowbleach, you're right. The laser cleave is really good. But I think in PvP, it's not as good as in World vs. World. Because in PvP, you even at the maximum, you only have 5 people that you are targeting. So it's not like insane like value, because in World vs. World, you have like 50 like potential targets. So I would say oftentimes, yes, it was quite strong in PvP, but they did not really nerf in PvP the greatsword only. They nerfed like everything on Mirage, specifically the Doom Cloak change, stuff like that. There were a lot of different things that they nerfed over the course of time. So Mirage as a DPS build is just decent, but it's not like crazy in PvP right now. Maybe it's because of the split search though, yeah. Watch a video about Lunar New Year. There you told you to need a lot of magic find. What do you think should be my value to be profitable? So I would say if you want to open those, how are they called here, the divine lucky envelopes, you should get at least 500 magic find. That's just a number that I like would say is like, if you don't have 500 magic find, I would say don't bother with opening. I would say better sell it. Yeah, because if you go below that, you might still make profit, but it's rather RNG. It's not RNG, but it's like you might just barely make it. And I would say oftentimes you have to calculate in your time spent on opening it, and just selling it on a trading post is probably the best way of like dealing with it. So either you go like very high, like maximum 750 magic find if you open it, or you say, nah, I will. Oh, what do we have here? Quick heal, alacrity, DPS. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. Maybe we do that. So let's do that. Other than Evoker, any other range class, your opinion? I would say Gale Shot is really fun as a range class. Gale Shot, if you like this kind of playstyle, it's really good. Sure, let's play that. Let's do Tank. Tank Bard. Someone asked for Troubadour. That's what we're gonna do. Tank Bard. Yes. Yes. Looks good. Looks good. Have to be careful, you know. What is it? Cairn, KO, and keep construct. Okay, I mean, that's not that bad. Cannot, like, really do anything wrong there, I guess. Yeah, for World vs. World, Gale Shot, not in a Zerg, but in a roaming scenario, Gale Shot is good. In a Zerg as a range DPS, oh, what is the best range DPS? That's hard, because range DPS is like maybe Ritualist, maybe Weaver, but they don't feel like Mirage at all. The Power Virtuoso is still good, so Power Virtuoso is probably the closest you can get. But it's Mirage was so unique, I would say it's not something that you will get close to, yeah. And the cool part is here now I can stay wherever I want, you know? I can stay in Mistlock, and when the commander opens it, I can still get the pop-up. That's perfect, I like it. Yeah. Giveaway code is invalid, okay. I mean, I will trust you on that. Let's see. Let's see. Then so 1 second. Is it worth doing the daily Lunar New Year achievements? I would say I do it for the like the loot that you get there, not for the gold value. It's more for the, how is it called? This like token, and then you maybe it's worth it, but I just do it for the achievements that I have to do anyway in the weekly. That's more it. It's not really for the gold specifically. It's more for the achievements in the weekly. Yeah. Yeah, always happy to help. Always happy to help. And if I missed any of your questions, just ask again. You know, I sometimes I miss something. You know, I'm after all playing the game as well. Just ask again, and I will get that. Yeah. Yeah, I think for coming back to the Divine Lucky Envelopes, I think it's for most players, I would say just sell it. You know, opening it has maybe a little bit more profit that you can get, but it needs more time. And I mean quite a lot of time, because you have to get to the magic find cap. Then you have to open it, but then you also get not liquid gold out, but you get a lot of like chunk that you have to sell or deal with to get the gold. So I think for 95% of the players, just sell it on the TP, be done with it, and like go and do something that is actually fun and gives you gold. I think that is like way smarter than investing time into opening it and yeah, trying to make it like work, at least in my opinion. That is how I would recommend to do it. Yeah, glad you think so. No, not challenge mode. Not challenge mode. Oh, we're getting close. I don't trust pack groups in challenge modes. That sounds horrible. That sounds horrible. I tried the new quick play, and the new quick play is, for me, it worked perfectly. Nothing, no problems. But I noticed a lot of people actually had issues with it. Like people like leaving and then dead people joining, of course. Or like just, yeah, kick W, exactly. I don't know. For me personally, I think it worked very well. But I noticed that in the forums and in just how general people complained about it, there were some issues with it. And I hope they fix it, but I'm happy with the quick play, and especially the UI. The UI is for me like the biggest thing. Like that I can just join a raid instance wherever I am, that I can go from one instance into another. That is awesome. That is actually really good. I liked it a lot. That just makes it way more smooth. You know, that's not for everybody a big issue, but I think for me, that is a really weird comment to be honest, but I know that's just how I feel. One of the most important things about why I did not play raids as actively as I did strike missions was that they are a bit more, so to say, you wait longer. The waiting time is one of the things that is like the big difference between a raid and a strike mission. And now you can just go from one to another, and it gets a bit faster and the waiting time is way lower. I think that's awesome. Yeah. The magic find cap is 750. You can go over 750, but it doesn't have an effect. So that's why, yeah. So magic find, get it as high as possible to open those lucky line envelopes. 750 is the maximum. That's what I would recommend if you want to get the most amount of value. Have you give your opinions on the fashion templates? I gave a short opinion on that, but like I mentioned earlier, I am indifferent about it. I just don't interact with fashion enough to be like really to care about it and give a really big opinion about it. It's just I use it if necessary, but I didn't need it to begin with. So I personally would say it's good and it could be improved. It has some issues still, but it's definitely like people make it out way worse than they think. You know, you don't lose any functionality with fashion templates. You just gain some. It's a bit convoluted and it's a bit not perfect, sure. But I personally think it's way better than people give it credit for, especially on Reddit. A lot of people are like really upset about things, but I personally think that's too much. Yeah, it's not the whole truth. Yeah. I'm so mad about the fashion templates. I bought gear slots and used them as fashion templates. Now I only have 2 templates, and doing fashion is much more complicated now. Yes and no. I'm with you there, that is actually, I agree, it's more complicated and that's annoying, but you don't lose with the equipment templates. You still have the equipment templates. You can still use them as fashion templates. It's just bound to the specific piece of equipment, so you don't lose any value. No value loss at all. But I'm with you that they should make it less convoluted and that you have to do less clicks to get to a specific item and stuff like that. But like I mentioned, I'm not a fashion enthusiast, so don't take my opinion here as like the only one. Never do that, but especially here, because I'm a bit like indifferent. I just use it if necessary, but I don't really care about it that much. Yeah, so I just set it even to the leveling checkbox. So you go to 750, everything included for Magic Find. Every single thing in Magic Find included. Yeah, nothing excluded. 750 is the cap with everything. Yeah. Can you do the Envoy armor achievements in quick play raids? No. Nothing in quick play raids works except the quick play rewards. So you cannot get any achievements other than the quick play rewards that were specifically added with the quick play. So that's just how they designed it. You still have to do normal mode raids to get the legendary armor from raids. Not that many anymore, but you have to do at least once, or 5 times Scorsable, for example. Yeah. How's the new raid box from 1K Magnetite charts? Have you tried it? I mean, I haven't tried it because it's a big like investment, and I am very unlucky. In this game, I opened 2,000 Blackline keys and I didn't get a single contract, so I will not, like, I will restrain myself from getting anything done that is related to luck. But I guess you can try if you really feel like it. I wish there was an option to simply deactivate those fashion templates. That is interesting. Interesting, like, idea. I'm not sure if how they would do that. Nice. Nice, I killed them. Yeah, there is a button that is like, that would be, yeah, I think that is a very good idea, to be honest. If like a lot of people would use that, that is smart. Yeah. Also technically stole from you in that sense because of the loss of slots. Yes and no, I guess. Yes and no. I guess you're right that you don't have 9. So if you have 9 equipment templates, I guess it would be fair if they would say, yep, that's something that will be as 9 equipment templates as well. But I think they want to monetize it as well. Please, you know, I think there are issues with it. I think it's not perfect, but it's, for me, it's really hard to say it's a bad system, because it's, in the end, it's a system that helps the game. It's better than before for most people. Some people that had like insane amount of equipment templates and did use a lot of fashion, yes, then it's maybe worse, but for most players it's better, I would say. No, so the quick play is really annoying to find. That's one of the things that is like, what, why? So quick play is in the raids, but under training. So you have to go to training. And then there is this button here. It's just how it is. That's how you find it. I think they should make it more pronounced how to find this. It's a bit weird that it's so hidden, to be honest. Is there any change for LI needed? No, you have to get the same amount of LI for the legendary armor. So it's just, you just get it way faster now. That's the change. Nothing is. Yeah. If you had several loadout slots per set for the usage of dying transmogs, they're useless now. If you had them specifically for the fashion templates, I guess they said they will fix that, by the way. But right now it looks like it. But I personally would say it is still value for you. You know, I use my 9 equipment loadouts with the same skins, but I know if you use them for dice and stuff like that, they can be a bit annoying. Yes, but they said they will fix that in the forums. They said they will fix that. They should add quick play button on the new raid UI. Yes, I think that, to be honest, for me, the biggest complaint about the raid UI and the quick play is that the quick play should be in the raid UI and the raid UI should be openable as like a window here. I think that it's the role play aspect of that you have to go to the red, like, big portal. I think that should be like an option, but you should also be able to just open it anywhere, like you can open your PvP or world versus world thing. I think that would be the best. Like, if you can open it like this and you have this open, that would be for me the best way of doing it, because going always in Lion's Arch Airdrome, then going in there, it's a bit annoying, but the good part is if you're in, then it's fine. You can just wait until the commander pops up in the next instance and you're good to go. So I think it's way better. It's way better than it was before. If ArenaNet holding a gun to the back of your head, wink 2 times. No, I mean, it's actually no. Yeah, it's actually, I have to be honest, I see all your points with fashion templates being not perfect. It's just, I think it's a system that they are willing to improve and they really try to make it a good system. So I think I would be very surprised if they wouldn't update it and like just make it better. Mistock Sanctuary has a raid quick play radio point? Yes. But it's quite hidden, to be honest. And I think you can only go into the quick play and you cannot go into normal raids. And that's a bit annoying to me. It's a bit annoying to me. Also, if you reset the template, it doesn't reset to equipped armor. Yeah, there are some issues with this. So that is, you know, so Tomyan, if you go in the blackline thing and then you go to redeem code, then you should like just enter it here. And I would be very surprised if it doesn't work. Like very surprised. It should work. Do you know when the quick play event starts? In the net notes that said something about raid quick play event, but there's nothing. So I think the whole thing, you know, the whole thing that quick play is out now. You know, I have more toughness than you, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so I think that the whole quick play addition, that was more like what they meant. I think I'm pretty sure that that's what they meant. I would be very surprised if they made it so that there is actually a raid quick play additional loot going on. I think that's not what they meant. But that's maybe I'm missing something, but I think there will not be any specific quick play event. So let's do CCM, one of the hardest challenge modes in the entire game. Obviously choking here. We have to maybe get the kills here. Was close, but we got them. That's good. Don't want them to get merged here. Maybe get the CC. There we go. I will stay. Good. Yeah, it's convoluted for sure. It is. So there will be no event for it. I'm pretty sure there might be an event in the future, but right now I think it doesn't have an event planned. I think it might be one of the events that they said to be announced, but I think right now there is not one of them. Yeah. So let's see how this goes. How good is the burst of our group? It's okay. It's not like crazy good, to be honest. It's fine. It's just KC. What's the next one? Kern. That's also not that bad. We did it. For those not understanding how the fashion templates work with the existing equipment template. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there are some ways to deal with it. Yeah, thanks for posting that. Yeah, it's good. So if you're complaining about fashion templates, maybe watch those videos and this video specifically to see how that works, because there are some ways to deal with it. And yes, it's a bit convoluted. That is a valid point. That is a very valid point, to be honest. But I mean, it's really hard. You know, they made the quick play, for example, and the raid merging. They made that, in my opinion, less convoluted than it was before, with the strike missions and raids all in one place. But I think personally there are still ways to improve, of course, with like everything they added, not only the fashion templates. So where do we move? Just we move here. If you don't have Soto and Sante Vials, how much DPS loss is it most specs to use another weapon? It depends a bit on the specs themselves, but I would say, for example, look at Mesmer. Greatsword for power Mesmer is always one of the best options, like always. If you swap, if you have Spear and then you want to use Spear and you don't have it, then Greatsword is a very valid alternative. If you are, for example, on a Mechanist, let's say Condi Mechanist uses Spear. That reaches, like, I think if you play with all the kits, 47k DPS. If you play with a pistol setup, you lose like couple of k DPS, like 3 to 4, 5k, something like that. But I think it's like not a must. Spears are typically a little bit better than the other weapons, which is not good. I don't like that. But I think it's, for most people, it's not that noticeable. It's like, let's say maximum 5k DPS, but most of the time it's less. So I would say if you only have missing Chante Vials, that's not a problem. If you're missing Soto and Chante Vials, you cannot play, for example, builds like I'm currently playing with the rifle on Chronomancer, because it's just such a good healing support weapon. It's just the only really good support weapon that Chronomancer has, or Mesmer in general. So sometimes you have to be a bit careful there, that some builds are just not possible. But the DPS loss without Soto and Chante Vials with the relics can be a bit higher. Like Relic of the Claw, for example, if you're missing that, that's a 7% DPS loss that you will notice, so 2% less than 5% from the Fireworks Relic. So there are some things that you miss, but I personally would say it's not horrible. It's for most players, especially if you play open world or just like some casual instance content, it's not a big deal. But if you want to min-max and you want to get the maximum amount of like healing, damage, whatever you want, then of course you have to get the expansions at some point. That's just how it's designed. So it's really like, I would say maximum 10%, maximum 10%. And for a lot of builds, it's like barely noticeable in real play. So don't worry too much about it, I would say. most players, the rotation is more impactful than the gear that they have or don't have. Yeah, so that's my opinion there. So that was a rather smooth KC. Very good. Have to be bit careful. If we don't get the CC here, we might wipe to the one-shot mechanic. Okay, there we go. Thanks for the sub. Really appreciate it, Leo. Thanks a lot for the prime. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Yeah, always, you know, just ask. My chat is hopefully always nice, and I have hopefully the time to answer all the questions as well. You know, just ask. I will try to answer. Chat will answer. We have a nice community here, and I think that goes for most of the Guild Wars 2 players as well. Just asking in map chat, asking in general will get you very far in this game. That was a rather smooth run, for sure. Not the best DPS though, I have to be honest, but it's okay. There we go. KCCM checked. Nice, 440 raid leaderboard, you know. We're getting there. Joking. But it's nice that they have it, you know, it's quite fun. There's like rank 1, a Reki. Nice. Yeah, we only need double the amount of time. That's okay. Yeah. We can't LI with quick plays. So you get LI from quick plays, but you only get like half of them. So that means that if you want to get into quick play, let me showcase this. Raid. And then quick play frequenter. And then you get this quick play frequenter achievement. Or is it this one? No, it's under weekly raids. Where is it? Weekly raids? At some point. Weekly quick play encounters. That's what I meant. So, here. This is the one that you can get every single week. You can get a specific amount of quick play done. 10. And then you get one times 3 and then another 3. So you get 6 LI from doing the quick play. So you can get some nice additional there. But it's not as effective and as fast, of course, as if you would do the normal dailies and the normal weekly raids and stuff like that. Yeah. Top 500 raider. Exactly. That's exactly what we are here. You know, just reading half of the time the chat. That's like good stuff. I have to be a bit careful here with like activating or not deactivating my thing here, but it's not a reflex, so it should be fine. Yeah, so quick play is a good addition for new players to get some like introduction into raids and get some loot there, but it's not like giving you the fastest way to getting a legendary armor, for example. But it gives you more LI. So if you're like raid enjoyer, you can farm even more LI. I think the cap now this week is 77. Well, not this week, next week, I guess, because we missed Monday. But 77 LI per week, that's quite a lot. So if you want to gamble on those boxes, you can do that rather consistently. So there we go. Let's do this. Some stability up. This is also another, so if you're watching the stream and never played raids before, this is also another very, very easy raid boss, especially in challenge modes as well. Where's my alacrity? There it is. I will try to get the red if I can. It's like from the most far apart person. So as the healer, you should try to get it. But people are like all over the place. And we already lost someone. Okay, I guess there's that. I guess there's that. It's fine. Some stun breaking. And maybe we can get the red. So the challenge mode here doesn't make the boss harder. It just makes it so that you have to activate your special action key. So if you don't activate the special action key, it will just activate randomly every 10 seconds. Meaning that you see that's what's happening with all the other people here, is that you just go randomly all over the place. And that's a bit annoying. Especially because the healing will be like, you might be knocked off the platform. It's like you don't get the boons, you get the reds all the time. So this is a really chaotic fight, but it's to be honest, it's one of the easiest. Nice, we got the red. That's good. I can move out of the group now. So when the healer does get the red, it's probably the best because then the DPS can still stack on top of each other. And let's go out. We don't want to stack on top of each other if we are the reds. It's fine. Looking good. Right, some healing. Some more here. Some stability, I guess. Support gambling addiction? Yeah, I mean, they are really like... I have to be honest, I will not interact with those gambling boxes ever. Because for me, this is like just a material sink, and it's also like not really helping in the long run. I will just like tank it. It's fine. You see that now I didn't activate it in time, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. No, it's not fine anymore. No, I lost my attack. That's why you should go into greens, by the way. It's fine. I hopefully will get it. Remove it. And then I will get out of it again. Very good. Very good. Not a big problem. You know, see, this boss, even if you fail all the mechanics, it's completely easy. You know, top 500 raider, by the way. Yeah. Oh, we see this attack. That's crazy. No, we don't see it. No. 400. Again, it's insane. It's absolutely insane. Rank 400 again. So good. We are even going up the ladder. There we go. We did it. Now we can go back to now we can go back to quick play raids. There you go. For quick play, you can play any of those raids without owning the expansion. It was bugged yesterday. Not sure if they fixed it now. That is weird, yeah. But I'm not sure if that's intentional. I think it might actually be intentional. I'm not sure. Yeah. Yeah, it's a really hard CM. It's like chaotic, like crazy, but it's not hard at all. It's not hard. So I think we do one quick play, and then someone wanted to see what was it called? Staff Tempest support. Yeah. That's what they wanted to see. So that's what we're gonna play later. So quick play. What is it? Please don't be old line squad. Please don't old line squad. Everything else, I'm happy. No. That's the funniest part about the whole thing. It's like gambling, what kind, and we instantly lost someone. It's the funniest part about this whole thing. Yeah, KO is as difficult as Wing 5 according to ANET. It's very difficult, yeah, very. It's just like it takes so long that people go AFK during it. Oh my god. Okay. That will be interesting. What LA spec aside from Evoker, because if you don't own the expansion, would you recommend currently for World vs. World? I would say for roaming, Evoker is like god tier, but I would say still Catalyst is probably the next best for roaming, and for Zerg play, I would say Tempest. Yeah, Tempest is still really good in Zerg play. Maybe I go for this, I guess. Yeah, that's what I would say. Nice, you're in my group. Very good. Then please don't CC if not necessary. Don't CC. Oh my god. It's always like, no, don't CC. Good job. Well done, well done. The first CC. Who was that? Like, I want to know. Like, it's not, you know, if it's the mech or something, then you can also like that is crazy. Impressive. Yeah, reminds me a bit of Silent Surf CM. I did that the first time and thought that's a CM. Yeah, it's not a hard challenge mode. Doesn't really mean it's a challenge. It's just adding another mechanic. That's most of the time it. I carried a group through this one earlier. Use this markers to set some as the leader. Yeah, but the thing is, this is not hard. But one player can destroy it if they just single-handedly break the break bar. That's the problem. So I really like. I don't want to explain this every time I join a quick play with like. In chat, you know, I can explain it here. I don't mind that, but I don't want like to explain it in chat. You know, that's the problem. Please don't CC. Please, please, please. Just wait. Be patient. You know, you have to wait for 10 seconds. It's not that bad. Okay, we got the first one. You know, we got the first one. Just like 10 more to go. Okay. It's like, I think I did like 5 quick plays since since it came out. And I think this is the second time that I got this one. So I'm happy with my like how often I get it. Please don't CC. Patient. Please don't CC. Like always praying that they don't CC it. Because, you know, they always wait until the final moment and then they CC so that everybody for sure dies, you know. Yeah, it's really interesting. I'm with you there, Viz. It doesn't matter if a boss requires a lot of CC, no one CCs. If a boss does require no CC and you have to be like patient, everyone is CCing. It's crazy. So please don't CC again. This is not hard, this fight. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the icon is really weird. I have to be honest. This luminary icon is extremely weird. You have to get accustomed to it, I guess. Sorry, I play Chrono, I can't help myself. I guess you will get a lot of friends doing that then. So, the first one is the green one, the green one, the green one. That's good, at least we got this puzzle correct. I mean, I wrote it earlier, so they don't have to do the puzzle every time themselves, but next one is the red one, and then the last one is the blue one. I think I like the new antiquary icon. I think the luminary one is a bit like, I don't know, it doesn't look like Guardian to me, but the antiquary one is good. It's top tier. It's embracing the meme of the red wizard. Yeah. How are they almost dying? What? Crazy. I got locked in TOF because there wasn't enough CC ones. Oh my god, yeah, TOF, I actually encountered it quite a lot, even in like groups without the quick play, that some people were like reading so hard that you didn't have any CC in the group, which is insane to me because it's not a lot of CC required. Also, don't forget to spam green, red, blue in chat, and everyone's out around like headless chicken during the fest. I always use the marker, you know, the target thing, because the target is, in my opinion, like the clearest. You know, it tells you instantly, do CC this one. At least it does for me. You know, maybe new players don't understand that, but I think it makes sense. You know, I could of course also take the lead and like make like markers and everything, but I have to be honest, I go into quick play because it's called quick play. I don't want to have a raid training every time I join quick play and explain every single mechanic and stuff like that. So I think it's a bold choice to add like old lines court into quick play. I have to be very honest here. No, we lost a single player. Okay, I guess interesting. Yeah. Oh, we can even rest. Oh, that's crazy. I forgot we can even like rest them. That's crazy. That's insane. So much value, you know, like quick play. Yeah, that's good. Very good. To be fair, the cards were fine. Presented the RNG aspect. I agree. I think the cards were not too bad. I just think it would have made more sense if there would be more like card aspects in there. Because right now it is like you have one attack that is actually like card related somewhat. Everything else is not. I think that's why the cards are just like, so to say, metaphorically speaking. And I think we don't really have any other icon in Guild Wars 2 that is like metaphorically speaking. Yeah, so it's always like something that symbolizes it, but it's not a metaphor that you have to understand. Yeah, red CC. So there we go. Good job, we did it. Looks good. We are like approaching the last phase, you know, not that bad, not that bad. I think they need to make it a little bit beginner friendly, just like the fractal kickplay. Yeah, I think they should make, for example, like if you fail a mechanic once, maybe it should give you a pop-up how to do the mechanic. Maybe they should make it so that the mechanic is like one-shotting you the first time and then the second time it isn't anymore. I don't know. The problem is you have to teach them, you know, you don't want to make it so that players get like, so to say, incentivized to just vibe and then get it cleared. I think you should like make it so that it's more like a tutorial. I think that's really hard. That's a general issue in Guild Wars 2 raids, that they just, if there is a mechanic in there that is hard for people to understand, like for example Doom Greens, that makes it so that if you don't get it right, you will die on it like 10 times in a row. How do you balance that as the developers? I don't know. I think it's actually a good comment to make that like a little bit less failable. So like quick play in fractals. I think that is probably a good middle ground there. Don't get me wrong. This is so easy. You should not have a problem with this in a lot of cases. But I mean, you can see we vibed here like once in the beginning because this is seed. Now we hopefully don't anymore. But it's for quick play. It's not really that quick, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy with it. You know, it's more content for me to stream, more chaotic stuff to enjoy. You know, we all embrace the chaos, I guess. Hopefully. Nice. I mean, if you don't have any like vibes yet, you have to do this one. You have to do this one, blue. Don't see anything else. Okay. That was like, I thought all of them went for red because they wanted to vibe us in the last 10%. Yeah, I think like if you did not have any old lines called vibe yet in quick play, then good job there. I think it's very dependent, you know, you just need one player that thinks he's seeing here at this time is the correct time, then you will vibe. You know, that's the really sad part about this, but what can you do? What can you do? I mean, it's quick play in a nutshell, I guess. I think WoW LFR improved that certain people don't have the ability to learn from their mistakes. Proved, yeah, they proved it. Yeah, I mean, that's just general humans, you know. Some people just don't want to improve, and then you have this problem of like they will not get better if they don't want to. I guess that's a common point. Yeah. So there we go. We did it. Nice. 4 weekly quick plays done. I actually only did 4. Holy shit! 4 and 2-time old line squad. It's actually not bad. Mandatory 10-minute YouTube video before the fight, and you can't all tap for the video stops for everyone. Exactly. Yeah, welcome, Metroid. Yeah, nice. How did they manage the roles problem? You just join and you hope that you have the roles. There is no role selector or something. That's the raid thing in a nutshell. Yeah. I still wish there would be a role selection. Yeah, I mean, role selection would make things easier, but I guess it's too hard for them to implement right now. So we wanted to play some support Tempest here on stream. So that's what we're gonna do. What traits do we have here? Like, yeah, the normal setup. It got nerfed so many times. It's actually, this is sad nerf, and like, then you have your healing nerfed. Yeah, it's not the best like support anymore. It really isn't. Better to wipe 5 times in quick play than once in a regular run? I agree. But it's still hopefully you don't wipe that often. Fractal quick play was just a race to the end to the fractal. If I was new and I wanted to learn to climb fractals, I'd been very disillusioned. That is true, but I think fractals are always somewhat a race to the end. I have to be honest. Like if I'm in a challenge mode fractal run, I like we skip like everything. Like normal, like the tier 4 fractals are done in like under 5 minutes each. It's really fast, even in like the tier 4 ones. Yeah. Tempest is like not the best support anymore. It's good, it's not crazy. They nerfed it over the last 2 years, I would say. Yeah, there is some that might be a bug then that it's not recording properly. That might be true with the quick play. Yeah. For newbie to raids, we can't just queue for one boss in Raid Wing. We still have to go through the old LFG system for Raid Wings. So Yes. The short answer, yes. You have a new UI that will pop up if you walk into the red big portal in Lion's Arch Airdrome, but it will not automatically queue you for a specific boss. You have to use the old LFG for that. Yeah. Yeah, always happy to help, Applictical. Very, very happy to help. So we have a giveaway going on. !enter to enter. 400 gems are on the line, sponsored by ArenaNet. You have to be a follower on Twitch to win. Subscribers get 5 times the luck. We will draw the giveaway winner in probably after this match. Yeah. Thanks, Baloo, for the resub with the Prime. Really appreciate it. Thanks a lot for the support. Yeah, Tempest is okay. This is completely correct. I'm not saying Tempest is bad. I'm just saying if you compare it to Paragon, Luminary, Troubadour, they just have a little bit, like, they are just a level above. Not like that you cannot play Tempest anymore. You will see I have impact on the match coming up, but it will not be, so to say, something that I will say, okay, I carried this by like just simply being a Troubadour or simply being a Paragon. Time to hydrate. Good point. You know, are you the new doctor? Very good. Very nice. Thank you. Some even have the progress bar in the Wizard's Vault, but it says, yeah, the Wizard's Vault one, I know that it's bugged. This one is like, I think, bugged to some extent, but I think the normal quick play rating counters should actually like progress me normally. Hopefully, who knows. Thanks, Philox and Seva TR. Really appreciate it, Primes. Thanks a lot for the support. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Yeah. Biggest gripe about fashion templates is that it's only second tab position. Yeah, I'm with you there. I'm always like, oh, I want to see my build and go into fashion template. Always. Like, what? I want to see my build and go into fashion template. But it's just getting used to it, I guess. Yeah. What do you think about them removing unlimited gold from Wizard's Vault? I think that's a smart change. I used it a lot. And if you have old accounts and stuff like that, you used it all the time. And I think it's like negatively impacting the inflation and economy. So I think it's a smart move. Even though it hurts me specifically, I think it's makes sense. Yeah. 20 salvage kits for 250 magnetite shards and 5 LI. So how much is that? That's like normally that's costing 20 gold. So you get like for one boss 4 gold if you convert that. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's actually quite valuable, I would say, yeah. And you can get them infinitely, I guess. That's good. Yeah. Thank you for the content. You're helping me with everything. I mean, perfect, you know. I typically aim to help you in the game, but if I get like the help to you in every single situation, even better. Yeah. Do we get LI for every quick play boss now? No. So you get LI for every like 5th quick play boss, or like you get in quick play after 10 bosses you get effectively 6 LI. So you get like 60% of the LIs for doing one like 10 boss per week. After that I'm not sure how much you can get after that, probably none. So it's just this achievement, nothing else. Okay, so do we have, hopefully we don't have a support. I want to play support alone. Okay, looks okay. How do you rate the latest update so far? That's a tough one. I personally am really like, I like the changes and like the in general, I'm a system feature enjoyer. I think that's, for me, oftentimes I engage more with systems like Elite Specs than I engage with a new map. So I personally would rate it quite high because of that, but because of the bugs and because, to be honest, the amount is not as high as some people hoped for. You know, I hoped for an Infusion rework. I hoped for Agony rework. That didn't happen, so I think for me it's like a 7. I would say it's a good patch because I like to engage with raids, with the longevity of it, but I think it still has some issues and it still could be better and bigger. But I know a lot of people would rate it lower than that. That's just my take, yeah. What you get instead of the unlimited gold? I would say that's the material bags. You would get those material bags because they are unlimited and they give you effectively 1 gold as well, just as value in materials. And that means that you have to use the trading post to access or to get the gold, but it's effectively the same. It's just a bit more expensive, you know, in the Wizards coins. Just in the Wizards coins, a bit more expensive. Okay, so let's play some PvP here and hopefully support the allies. Hopefully we have a decent like some composition, I guess. Yes, I will make a video about it. Yes, I will. How do you know that? It's crazy. Yes. Did you already look at the new legendary ring? Will it be expensive? It's not that expensive. It's actually, I was surprised. It's okay. It needs most of the other rewards that we already have. Anyways. So, of course, my team is splitting like crazy again. It's quite annoying, to be honest. We have to be like... It's actually like I am so pressured. Thanks for the sub from your really appreciate it. But that's crazy. I have to split so much, like put so much effort into surviving here against the power conduit. It's quite crazy. I think we can like get this kill here pretty much confirmed because they are just like auto attacking while I have the reflect up. Nice, we get this. Maybe I get the like revive there. Probably not though. No. Oh my god, that was so close, to be honest. Okay, they are teleporting, that's okay. Support in a nutshell. Okay, how do we do that? We have so many people on me. Okay. I mean, kiting is okay. They like just stay on me, that's good. Okay. Yeah, the accessory, they teased us. We got the accessory from like World vs. World. We will get the accessory from World vs. World rather. So that is interesting. And we will see how expensive that will be. Probably costs a lot of tickets, but I'm not sure how much gold it will cost. Okay, we get the CC out here. That's good. And hopefully get some healing out. I mean, it's looking quite good, you know. The support is good. We have an enemy support as well. But I think I have a bit more impact than them. Yeah, that's good. Nice. Very good. Now we have to rotate a bit. But my team is a bit slow. They should go close or far or somewhere because I will not go in a 1-on-1. No. Okay, they want to push far instead. Okay, we will take that. Are legendary insights only useful for legendary raid armor? No, you can now use them for the weekly vendor. You can use them for a lot of other stuff. It's so scuffed, to be honest. Now I go for the decap. No, I don't. Yeah, you can use them for like a lot of different things that you can, like for example, get some gold back. You can get like some account bound stuff like raids, god title, stuff like that. Other than that, it's mostly used for legendaries, yeah. Okay, there is one player. Oh my god. I don't know where to go. My team is like not rotating well. Classic support problem. I have to help this guy for sure. They have the Skyhammer. That's not a big problem, I guess. Maybe this guy will get hit, I guess, again. No? Okay. They are really tanky, like tanky Spellbreaker, I have to be honest. Alright, good. Get some healing down, and I guess we have to help close. Maybe we can get finally a cliff on the guy here. No, it's too late. The other guy though. On the other guy, we did get it. Okay. Spicy. Oh, that's a greedy cast. Okay, we got it. There you go. Get some healing down. Nice. You have to engage on this guy. Like, it's an easy target. Power conduit can just kill him. I guess they don't care. What's the completion time like on new quick play raids? I think like depending heavily on the encounter. Like KO is like typically around like 8 minutes. If you play, for example, if you get like Whisper of Chormek or something like that, oh my god, the burst. Then it is like typically only like maybe 3 minutes. So I would say something between like, if you have a good group, 2 minutes to 10 minutes, anything in this like regime is realistic, which is a bit annoying. I think it's quite annoying that you have some bosses that give you the same rewards for like triple the amount of time. That is a bit annoying. Yeah, it's more in line with strikes. It's strike missions, the raid quick play. It's effectively quick play is like strike missions, the old strike missions. Oh no, I can't get this. I cannot get this. I have to go kiting now. It's a bit painful. I mean, the whole team is there. So, I mean, if the whole team is here, it's actually okay if I can like lift this. Oh, there's another one, of course, approaching. Yeah, I mean, not a good spot to be in. You don't want to be here. Maybe I can get on point. No, okay. Just dying on point, but you should not be alone as a support. Never, ever. I never understood that. Let's say there is tens of thousands of wells. Why would one be a druid? I don't know. I personally like druid as well. I just don't play that often, I have to be honest. Yeah, that was Kek W for sure, for sure. I think I should play more druid on stream, to be honest, just to showcase a bit more. Kek W, exactly. So, how many GB is the game? So the game is like for free. You can purchase the Guild Wars 2 for free, or like purchase, but you can just download it. ! Buy in the Twitch chat, and then you can play and see how it goes. And then when you want to invest more time in it, at some point you can purchase a full account, or like, so to say, go from free trial, so to say, to normal gameplay. And then you can, I would say, purchase any expansion for like anything between like, I would say 15 to, I should not be in this 101, 15 to $100, depending on what kind of expansion and what kind of package you go for. I would say normal expansion costs €25 and dollar. Yeah. So one expansion is that price, typically the newest ones. DS is not in quick play. Dragonstorm is not even a raid, so you don't get legendary insights. It's just the normal squad-based 10 people instance, or 50 people, depending on what you're going for, the full conversion style or the 10 people instance. Get some healing here. Yeah, it wasn't the best showcase for healer because my team was not really team fighting at all. But what can you do? So maybe we can get the decap here. We did. It's not off. It's not lost yet. It's not lost yet. But looks quite dire, to be honest. Looks quite dire. And you're also missing quite a bit of Condi cleanse on this build, I have to be honest. That's also not the nicest. So the full game should be like, for me, like something, so around 70, I think maybe up to 90 gigabytes on my storage. Maybe it's because of all the other things that I have, but something around this, yeah. So it's quite a big game at this point, but I think there are a lot of big games nowadays out there. So let's get the kill here. Always try to be really annoying with the CC here. We have to go for the decap though, that's the problem. We have to go for the other decap, otherwise they win the match, but we also want to go to the Skyhammer. I guess we go there. Okay. I mean, I cannot win this 101, but I can try to be annoying. Nah, that's not where you want to be as a support. Another one approaches. Of course, they have 3 people here now. That's crazy. Yeah, not gonna happen, to be honest. Not gonna happen. Sad. Yeah, I guess it depends on the mods as well. Yeah, something between like 70 to 90 gigabytes is probably what you would expect there. Yeah. Just calculated in the summer, roughly 1.9k. Second one would be 2.1k since you need to buy the gift, which is that's okay. That's not too expensive, I would say. You know, if you compare it to Oryx, which costs like over 3k, that's a big difference. And I would say a ring is way more important than a backpack from the stats that you get, for example. So yeah, I mean that's lost. I think they get the hammer. Not good, but I mean it was a decent match nonetheless to showcase a bit of the support potential. You still have decent support. You see, I have like almost 50% healing. It's okay, but it's definitely falling off with like the current PvP meta. I would say it's just can't keep up with all the cleanses, the damage, just everything that you have right now. It's really like a bit power creep, I would say. They nerfed the Visions of Eternity specs a bit though. A slight bit. Just did quick plan, joined group which had ducked down 55%. I joined that. Yeah, that is really sad that you there is a way to engage. Let me quickly join this group. To refill your group if someone left, which is good, but because of the instance issue, it means that when you join your group that is already in there and did the boss or is about to do the boss or is doing the boss, then you will, so to say, join as if you died in the boss and you will be dead. And that if they just kill it, you will just be a leech and will not get any value. So I think they should make it an exception so that you actually join without like being dead. It's not the whole purpose of the system. So A heal then, that's what I want to play. Good. Can play some Luminary support with the different icon there. Ah, you're talking about WoW. Okay, then I missed that. Sorry, missed that. Is the raid armor easier to get now? Yes, it is. It is. Yes, the big chests are still bugged. They are still bugged, sadly. It's quite annoying, to be honest. It's quite annoying. At least for the Iceblood Saga strike missions, if you leave the map, so if you leave the instance, you get them, so to say, sent via mail to you. But if you want to get it from the Bureau Marches chest, it's just bugged. It will not work for whatever reason. It's like they release a patch that affects raid quick play, and then the chests in Bureau Marches are bugged. So it's like spaghetti code. Yeah. Yeah, support waterlogged Evoker is like garbage. It was not like, it was really fun in World vs. World, but now it's like don't play it, I would say. Yeah, Guardian has like 3 different good healer specs. I would say Luminary right now is the best though. Yeah. Luminary and Firebrand are top tier, and you can even play Willbender to some extent, but I would say Luminary is the best one. Is it true you can't queue with your friends in ranked PvP if they're not within 200 points of each other? Yes, that is a change they had to make. It's a little bit sad if your friends have this discrepancy, but they made this change because it really was abused in the leaderboard, and it was just really annoying. You know, you could like queue up with a really low rated player or account because they intentionally went really down, and then you have easier matches, so you could actually match manipulate legally, so to say. Now they made it impossible in that way. So that's I would say the only intent there, and it's a bit annoying, but what can you do? That's just how they need to balance and think about it. Yeah. Yeah, there's always, you know, if there's a big patch, it feels like the last few years there was always quite a lot of bugs with it attached, and they fix some of it, and you just have to accept that you know, not everything is perfect when it releases. I see that. It's just a little bit sad that we have, I would say, quite impactful bugs, for example, with the new raid boss, which is quite annoying. We have with the quick play, sometimes I open the quick play and go to it, you know, and say training and see their quick play button, and then it says something like it's on cooldown or something. And I say, what? Why is it on cooldown? You know, I just came out of the quick play, finished the boss. Why is it on cooldown? What is the... So there are some weird issues that can be there for everybody, not in a specific situation, but for everybody. but I hope they will address that. Yeah. Yeah, it's a waterlogged Evoker. In general, Evoker with the nerfs. They went really hard with the nerfs to like specialized elements Evoker. It's in PvE, it's useful in some situations, but you have no CC and you have decent DPS. But in World vs. World, it's like if you lock yourself, you have no value. Why would you lock yourself? It's just so bad. It really, really is bad. Yeah. So when will we see a large Essence chest key for 125 gems? That would be really interesting. You know, maybe I cannot explain why those chests are not to be opened, why you cannot open them, you know? So for me, the only explanation is that they actually have some spaghetti code going on again. So that they changed something with how loot works for UI, for the raid merch and stuff like that, and then the chests were, for whatever reason, tagged or affected by that. But I don't see like an underlying reason other than spaghetti code for this chest not opening. I really don't. I think it's like very, very unrealistic, anything else, to be honest. Okay, we go like X for the maximum amount of CC. Very good. Yeah. That cooldown thing is the same punishment you get when leaving Fractal Quick Burst too early. But the funny part is I did not leave. You know, I just killed the boss. Nothing happened. I just killed the boss and it went on cooldown. And the crazy part for me was that I did the last quick play yesterday. So somewhat in the evening, tried one quick play or something, killed the boss. And today in the morning, I logged back in, wanted to do this, check out the quick play, and it said it's on cooldown. So like 10 hours later. What? What is that? How can it be on cooldown? It's interesting. Very interesting. I have a question about patches in general. Is it always this chaotic and bug-filled? No, I think this is really rare exception that it's like this bug-filled. That's why this is the stream title as well with the chaos. I really think that is rather the exception. It has become more common in the last few patches, but like if you look back like 5 years ago, that was not the case. That is really something new, I would say. Yeah. Yeah, it's really like, oftentimes if they nerf stuff in PvE, that also affects World vs. World in PvP, that's often really bad for PvP and World vs. World. And that was the same with Evoker. I'm with you, Davis. I'm definitely. It's time. Yes, we will draw the giveaway winner after this one here. Yes, don't worry. We will draw it after this. Exclamation mark enter to enter. You have to be a Twitch follower to win. Subscribers get 5 times the luck. I will draw the winner after this fight here. Shouldn't not take that long. Should not take that long. I've been watching your YouTubers for a couple of weeks. I haven't played Guild Wars 2 in about a year. You're the reason I'm returning to tier this week. Nice. Welcome back, Vanessa. Welcome, welcome. That's good. That's what we like. More players. More players. So I really like Support Luminary. I think Support Luminary is really fun to play. I really like it. It's also very flexible. You can like exchange all your utility slots, which is a big plus. So we go for the CC one. There we go. And more CC, please. There we go. And more CC. Nice, we have it. Thanks, really appreciate it. Try. Thanks for the Prime. Hope you're enjoying the stream. I just remembered the Twitch rewards. Yeah, exactly. There are Twitch drops going on. So if you're watching on YouTube and you want to get the skins and some transportation charges for free, you have to come to Twitch as well. You will have a chance to catch them until Sunday, I think. So still a bit of time left there. And of course we have the giveaway currently going on as well for 400 gems sponsored by ArenaNet, which I will draw after this boss. So like a couple more minutes. Yeah, I'm trying my best to make build guides and stuff for everybody on my YouTube channel. Everything about Guild Wars 2, that's the idea, and I hope I do a decent job. If you have any, like, exactly bonk, if you have any recommendations, feedback, I'm always happy to improve, so just let me know. Just let me know. Thanks, Kaiser, really appreciate it. Thanks for the tier 1, hope you're enjoying the stream. Thanks for your support. You have now a higher chance of winning the giveaway, so I guess that's good. So let's get this Oh, the CC is like taking forever if you do it alone. I guess that makes sense. So get some alacrity up for my party. Oh, that's a nasty blue, I have to be honest. That's a very nasty blue placement. So there we go. I love Luminary when I enter the forge because the floating lamp is gone. It makes sense, And now it's the icon, you know? Now it's the icon, so you will always see it, you know, if you want to see it. That's also a very nasty blue placement, I have to be honest. They really want to like limit test the healing here. There we go. Thanks a lot, Privet. Really appreciate the prime. Thanks for the support. You also have a higher chance of winning now, so after this, hopefully it will not take that much longer. This guy is so dead. So dead. Running in the laser. Not like flaming or anything. You should maybe not look away from the screen, you know? This is punishing here otherwise. Quite punishing. Red seeding Ding Dong. Thanks a lot. Really appreciate it for the prime. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. It seems like you all are hyped for the new stuff. That's good. That's very good. So we have the laser coming up in a bit. So CC, look at, you know, we have like a lot of CC here. It's really like impressive how much CC you can have as a guardian nowadays as well. It's quite good. I really like to play Luminary because of that. You know, it's my top pick for CCing in PvE right now. Chronomancer got nerfed a bit, so it might not be as good anymore. So much CC, 100k CC in a single boss fight. That's a lot. That's a lot. More prime stats, exactly. Should we join if we're not using the standard guild wars 2 client? You can join. You can join. It doesn't matter. I will. If you win and you are Steam viewer, you will get the gold reward instead. So you can join. Everyone can join. Doesn't matter where you are, what you're playing, on what client. Doesn't matter. You will get a chance of winning some rewards. Yes. I had 6 people die in the laser. That's impressive. This is not quick play, you know. This is not quick play. This is a normal group that wants to get the kills for the week. So I guess some people sneaked in that were going for quick play instead. I don't know. You know, it's just funny to me because this has been out like for like years at this point, and like the attack is pretty like just stay on the command attack and you will survive. But I guess some people are just new. It's fine. That's fine. Okay, so I think it's time. 1 minute to draw the giveaway winner. 1 minute left. I would say Luminary is better for PvE, for CM specifically, but only because it's more flexible. Welcome, Isabella. Welcome, welcome. So I don't have a new guide for the raid yet. I don't have that yet, but coming very soon. So last chance, exclamation mark, enter in the Twitch chat. You have to be a Twitch follower to win. Subscribers get 5 times the luck. And we are having 400 gems on the line, sponsored by ArenaNet. So good luck, everybody. If it says too many tickets, you're already in. So don't worry about it too much. You're already in. And we need a lot of CC here again, but we also might need some Condi cleanse. So let's... what do we do? I don't care. Luminary is so good, you can just use that. And then we will draw the winner. Give me a second. And it's time. Good luck to everybody. Good luck, good luck. And the winner is... Where is it? Congrats to Master Beastie. Let me know if you're in chat, if you're still here. Congrats, congrats. Nice name. No, I will not read it again. I will not read it again. This is not a name that is like, should be read out aloud oftentimes. Congrats. If you're here, let me know. Otherwise, we have to re-roll. I give you like 1.5 minutes. Please answer in the Twitch chat. Just write something. That's fine. Master of Beasts, exactly. That's what the name meant. You know, I'm not interpreting anything else in there. Not into. That's definitely something. Yeah. Good try. You know, it has to be the correct username as well. So that is actually funny. It is really funny. A good name. Yeah, preoccupied. I see what you are going with. Yeah. I see. But I will give like 1 more minute, and if they are not showing up, we will just re-roll. That's just what we do on this channel. That's what we just do on this channel. It's a really good name. It's a really good name. Don't bother him. Exactly. I will not bother him for much longer. I guess they're not there. That happens. So I guess I gave a long time, enough time. So it's like 2 minutes almost. So another giveaway. So who is it this time? Hey, Kim and Tyler. So that is a way more telling name. If you're here, please let me know, and I will send you the gem codes. Congrats to you. If you're not answering within 2 minutes, I will re-roll. That's the rules. That is the rules. Congrats. It's also written in the top right-hand corner, so if I butchered your name, I'm sorry. It is written there, so you can read it yourself. And hopefully you're here as well. You know, I will give you some time. If not, we have to re-roll again. That's just how it goes. It feels like a little bit like quick play, to be honest. You never know what you get. Sometimes the people are responding, sometimes they just CC old line squad. I guess we give a bit more. And before they are busy, yeah, maybe they do the same. Who knows? I don't know what's going on, why no one is here. You know, I thought they want to win some gems, but I guess they couldn't stand my stream any longer. That's a bit of a sad thing, but I guess that's how it goes sometimes. Everyone is unavailable right now. Not a good sign. Yeah, I guess if everyone is not there, better chances for you to win if you did not get drawn yet. I guess that's how it goes. Yeah. Yeah, people log in for drops, but if you like want to participate in a giveaway, then you would rather stay like, it's not like I'm doing the giveaway like opening it for 6 hours. It's like below 1 hour. So if you want to really win the giveaway, I guess you should probably also stick around for a bit. A bit at least, yeah. Yeah, I guess since it's around 1% chance that it roll 3 times. Nice, yeah, something like that. Yeah, I guess they did not answer. Okay, we will do another one. Who is it now? Night Owl 67. Congrats to you. Please let me know in chat that you are here, and I will send you the code. That's how it works. Hopefully you are here. Congrats to you. And other than if not, we will just like keep going on a reroll spree, I guess. Steel, thanks. Really appreciate the Prime. Thanks a lot for the support. Yeah, I mean, it's actually quite crazy that no one is here. Quite crazy, you know. We can clear multiple wins there. I mean, my graphics should be normal. Nothing should be special here. No. So to enter the giveaway, you have to type !enter, and you have to be a Twitch follower to win. Subscribers get 5 times the luck, and you can win 400 gems, sponsored by Internet. Yeah. So I don't know. They are just AFK farming, I guess. So last chance. Are you here? Night all. If not, we will reroll again. So, last chance. I mean, you can have still the chance to enter, of course, if you didn't enter before. So, we will just draw another winner, I guess, if they didn't answer here. And wait, before you answer. So, this time we have... I will not try. I cannot answer this whole name, so hopefully you're here. Hopefully you're here. Thanks a lot for the Prime Burn Cat. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. And if you're here, I cannot pronounce this name, I'm sorry. Please let me know that you're here and I can send you the... No, very good, you're here. Very good, that's what you like. Then I will send you the codes. Are you on Steam or are you on normal client? If you're on normal client, that's fine. If not, let me know. If you're on Steam, then I will actual sub winner and reroll multiple times. That's crazy. Normal. Okay, very good. Then I will send you the code. Congrats. And give me a second and we can open another one. There we go. Very guys. Congrats, congrats. And now for another round. Another round coming up. There we go. It's up. Another round. Exclamation mark enter to enter. Subscribers get 5 times the luck. You have to be a Twitch follower to win. And 400 gems again on the line. We be putting them out like crazy here. ArenaNet sponsored. Very nice. Okay, so what do we do next? What do we do next? Thanks a lot for the Prime. Really appreciate it, Dr. Bandicoot. Really appreciate it. Thanks a lot for the support. I guess we do like we want to do some more like training, some quick play, What do we get here? Please don't be old line squad. We're praying again. I don't want to have like a 50% old line squad. Quick play, please, 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 please. That's the most fun thing about quick play is like praying for the correct encounter. Yeah, if it says failed to enter too many tickets, it means that you're already in. More quick play? We are here to see you suffer? Nice. Walter Matigon. This is perfect, you would know. I just got an Ascended Berserker, 2-stat hammer to drop. Nice. Congrats. What is the best class spec that uses a hammer? I never used them. So right now, I would say in PvE, probably the best class to use a hammer is Soul Beast or specifically Spellbreaker. Those two are probably the best with a hammer. I personally think Soul Beast is a bit better. What is going on? Why do we not get the last person? Why is it a 50-person squad? What's going on? It's scuffed. The quick play is scuffed. Let's wait a bit. But yeah, I think Soul Beast for me, Power Soul Beast is probably the best for hammer. I would guess. Hammer, oh no, sorry, forgot. Scrapper is also extremely good. Scrapper is of course also really good. Yeah. Sorry that I forgot that. Those three. Spellbreaker, Scrapper, and specifically Soul Beast. I would say Scrapper is probably the easiest out of those. Or like the easiest to perform on. I guess we have to leave now. That's a little bit sad. Do I get the penalty now? No, okay. I guess. I don't know. Happened. I just failed to create the group, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. Catalyst is good for solo play, but I think Catalyst in general, Hammer on Elementalist is not a good weapon in PvE. It's a decent weapon, but it's not great. Like, it's too slow, it's too weak. Oh, we will see if we get some one-shots with the laser here. Nice. There we go. Why does this person not join? How does that work? What? How can you not join the quick play? How did that work? Crazy. Yeah. The new player, which class is the best? I have a full tier list about debating this topic, but I think like Necromancer is good if you want to be tanky. Warrior is very straightforward. The thing is, you have to be always choosing the class that you actually enjoy. The look of, the fantasy of. You should not listen to someone saying that's the easiest class, that's what you should pick. There are easy builds for every class. You can play Unload Thief, you can do like a lot of different things. Wait, don't start. Don't start. Okay. Can they join? How does that work? Yeah, they can. Very good. There's also a nice Hammer Berserker build for solo adventures. That is true. You can play a lot of like solo builds can use Hammer very well. It's just like if you want to play instance content, I think Hammer is like bound to those 3 specs the most. Not saying the others are like horrible, it's just those are the best. And that's what the question was about, I would say. So, quick play. Let's see how it goes. Why is the Dragon Hunter doing less damage than me? That's impressive. I'm healing, you know, I'm a healer. That's not good. Okay, now they're popping off. They're popping off. That's how we like it. Okay, yeah, I mean, quick play. I should not judge, you know, I should not judge. It's quick play, you know. I don't care if they do DPS or not. I just don't want them to die. That's the only thing I'm asking for. Maybe they will die in the laser though. You know, the laser will be content. The laser will be content. Coming up. Maybe we'll see. Oh my god, they want to snipe me here. Also impressive. You kill the crab, get the loot. Nice. Yeah, I mean it's like the raid boss is actually, I think, rather well designed. It's one of the nicer raid bosses. I think I didn't really enjoy the Wing 8 raid bosses that much from a design, but the crab looks actually quite interesting. I want to try it out very soon as well. But maybe not today's stream. It's quite buggy. I want to wait until they fix some of the bugs because I'm just not. I don't want to play too buggy encounters. Yeah. You don't want them to die? No one wants them to die, you know. But like one-shot mechanics, like in Old Lion's Court or like the laser here, there can be some deaths, you know. And if it's looking funny, you know, who am I to say you you should not laugh about it? It's just like chaotic, and you might enjoy that. So let's see. Please don't kill me. Yeah, almost always like trying to kill me with the circles, to be honest. So how much? Oh my god, we have to stand on top of each other. I was surprised that they barely didn't have the damage to kill this thing in time. That's good. We did it. Explain the encounter, please, and do what you do here. So you just kill this boss, and whenever there is like this boss goes invulnerable in some kind of split phase, you have to kill the NPCs that spawn. One of them is only receiving a lot of damage, and the next one is receiving only breakbar damage. So you want to CC it a lot as possible. So here, please, no, don't stand in the laser. Please, please. And now you have to stand not in the laser. No, we lost 3 people. At least we can resurrect them. So, and this is the only other part that is challenging in this encounter. You just don't want to stand in the laser. That's it. So the laser is quite easy to see. I will tell you next time it happens again. But it's actually really straightforward because you just want to stand where the arrow is not pointing. So it's like a triangle. If you're standing in the arrow, you are dead. If you're not standing on this specific part of the triangle, you will live. So yeah, that's how it works. And other than that, you just like kill the boss. That's it. Nothing else. It's quite straightforward, to be honest. Not a very challenging encounter. It's just having 2 mechanics that you have to deal with. So this is the arrow that I meant. There's the split phase. This is the NPC. This is the one that receives damage, and that's the one with the CC with the blue bar, teal bar below. That's meaning that it needs a lot of CC. It doesn't receive any damage. You see the zeros there popping up. That means that I have 0 damage done. And I just need to destroy this break bar here. That's it. And if you see anything green, you stand on top of each other. That's the whole thing. There we go. And you dodge those attacks here. Of course, you dodge everything that is like looking orange or dangerous. And the blue thing that happens here, the blue laser, you bring out because it spawns a puddle and it does a lot of damage. So you don't want to deal damage to your allies. That's it. I was playing Ranger in open world, but I'm getting down when I do solo content. I have a lot of Ranger solo builds. Untamed is really good. Druid is good. Soulbeard is good. Even Gale Shot is decent. So there's the arrow. That means that this line will be attack. So please come here. Please come here. No. Leave the... Okay. 4 people lost in total. That's not good, but you know, what can you do? You have to rest them now. Ooh, yeah. It's definitely. It's good when they downstate, people say we should rest them, you know. I could just write don't die, you know. It's like, of course we want to rest them, but I mean, we could just kill the boss anyway. It doesn't matter. That's good. This one is not really hard in challenge mode either. I think the challenge mode, the problem is it's more punishing. So that means that you have, if you don't understand the mechanics correctly, because it's a little bit different with the laser pattern in challenge mode, if you don't understand the pattern there, you just die. That's the problem. That is the problem. Nice, we got some LI for that. Very good. Yeah, it's quick play without any explanation. So if you go in and you don't know about it, you just die. That's the problem. And that's why I think the quick play encounters that they chose are very bold, because they are not easy. They have some mechanics, some of them, that actually kill you instantly. So it's like it teaching you by dying. I think that's a really brutal way of doing it. And yeah, I mean, could be improved for sure. Yeah. Have a good one, Lovegrim. See you. Welcome, awesome. Welcome. Just dodge, bro. Exactly. I mean, that is also a way to deal with it. That is definitely a way to deal with it. Okay, so what class do we play next in quick play? What do we play next? Let's play some Power Soul Beast, you know. People wanted to see a hammer in action. That's what a build with a hammer looks like. I will be bold as well and go for not quickness sharing build. So hopefully we get quickness and stability, you know, going for the most aggressive build that roots you in place in quick play. That's bold for sure. Yeah, you need that, you know, you need some achievements for the Lunar New Year stuff, that is true. You know, part of me wants to tell people that you can dodge the laser just to get like part of the community. Yeah, I mean, the funny part about the laser is... it's okay, that is not bad actually for this boss. The funny part about the laser is that the laser, if you like just stand anywhere, you will not be as likely as get one shot by the laser, you know? It's just like, I don't like that people leave here. But, you know, you could just like, if someone jumps, then typically you should move to them because that means that probably they know what they're doing. But some people are gaslighting them to go to the wrong spot. But I would say most people aren't. So let's see how this goes as a full DPS in quick play. Why people use Sword as a main hand instead of X on Power Soul Beast? So X has a little bit less DPS, just slightly. And I like the mobility of it. But you can use the X that has like 500 DPS less, so it's barely noticeable. And you have the range option. It's just, I like the mobility, and I play it in Fractals where the mobility is key. Yeah. I guess we kicked them. I've done Bone Skinner the other day, the first time, and died because I didn't saw the cone. Yeah, I think it's like, if you play a boss the first time, it's okay if you die because it's just some of the telegraphs are new, you don't know how they work, you don't see it, yeah? But you have to slowly improve by understanding what the mechanics and how it works, yeah? And it just slowly goes, like, over time you get better at it. Who would ever do that? Yeah, I don't know. Can you explain to a veteran that didn't play in the last 1-2 years what's the fuss about the quick play of Grades and Strikes? How do you choose your role? You don't choose your role. That's already a big problem of the quick play. So you just join like 9 other people and you might get the boons, you might not get the boons. That's the quick play, and it's also a little bit like it came out yesterday, so it still has some issues, some bugs with it, and it only has 8 bosses in there. So some of them are like hard for new players, some of them are very easy. Either way, it's not the most, so to say, how can I say, it's not the most amount of like content in the quick play yet. It's a good, I really like the bosses that are in there, but I think it should be at least one raid boss in there as well. It's just a lot of, we don't have alacrity, but we have quickness, so I take that as a win. But yeah, I think the bosses that are in there, they could have done it a bit better and have done for like bosses that are actually Maybe I should not greet for DPS here, but I mean, come on. This guy is dead, I think. We'll have someone leaving, okay. Quick play chaos. You know, I don't want to flame anybody. It's just funny to see. It's just really funny to see if people randomly die left and right. Will they teleport? You know, I know an alive player will teleport, but does a dead player teleport as well? That's the question. We will see that. We will see that. Yeah, quick play in Guild Wars 2 is not fully like enabled yet. It's just like, so to say, you have to see it more like a beta right now. It's not perfect yet. Do we have some healing, maybe? Maybe we have some healing in the group? Okay, no one is going for this spider. I guess then I will try. Crazy. Yeah. Do druids in Guild Wars 2 become beasts like in WoW? No. Druids in Guild Wars 2 are just more like of a spiritual thing. There is nothing really like... Guild Wars 2 druids are more like you become one with the nature. You don't become a bear or like something like that. The druids in Guild Wars 2 more like the ones like a nature healing medicine man or something like that, or woman. So that's more what I would say is like the class, how it feels at least. Yeah, no alacrity is a bit painful, I have to be honest. And I also don't have any healing. Yeah, next time I will go for the thing again. Yeah, sad, but we have to go for... We cannot play DPS in quick play, sadly. It's just not like... It's not working that well. Yeah, Old Lion's Court is always fun. Old Lion's Court is always fun. You are in for a wild ride for sure. Yeah, there's no leech protection, and it's also like... It's not really like perfectly executed yet, but I think they're getting there. It's not like it's complete like horrible. I think it's quite fun for me. It's as a content creator, someone that likes to do instances. I think it's already a good spot. So I'm happy with what we got, and I hope we get more of it in the future. That's the only hope that I have. Yeah, exactly. It's like more like a Celtic druid, exactly. Do you think the quick play buff is strong enough? I think the problem is that the buff itself is strong enough, but it doesn't protect you from one-shot mechanics. So that's more like the problem that I personally see here. And that can lead to some issues because of Old Lion's Court and like the other strike mission, how is it called? Etherblade Hideout. Those have a little bit of issues with like one-shot mechanics in them, and people just don't know how to deal with them. That is somewhat of a problem and can lead to some people like just don't understanding the boss, while also not really like learning anything from getting one shot all the time because there's no tutorial about it. I don't know. It's just, it's hard to fix. I think a buff will not make that work. You will not understand the boss one shot mechanics by like giving you a buff. It's hard to fix. It's either making the mechanic go away or making it not one shot. That would be a way to fix it, but I think the buff itself is quite strong. If I like play normally, I actually don't have any problems surviving. It's more like you need some boons, and that is not solved by the buff. That is not solved by the buff. Okay, let's go for one last burst, and hopefully that will be enough to kill the boss. Yeah. There we go. We did it. We did it. Yeah, was not as fun as I would go for quickness or something like that. Yeah, no tutorial. Yeah, I have to do tutorials about it. Yes, for sure. No, you will not be revived by the Mist Stranger. You just have to be revived by allies. That's it. Quick play should either not have one-shot mechanics or make them not one-shot. Yeah, I guess it should not. Yeah. Maybe the problem is if you make a one-shot mechanic go away, then they will not know it for the normal mode. I think you should make the quick play as a tutorial. So that should teach you, maybe make it once normal, and then when you die, you get a pop-up and say don't stand in the red circle or something like that. Or stand in the green circle to survive, whatever, you know? Just that you understand what the mechanic is, and then make it so that you get one more try without having it, so to say, anything else adjusted, just this pop-up, and then the third try maybe doesn't one-shot you. Maybe something like that. But I don't know if they can implement that. Something like steps to building blocks to improve your quality. Yeah. Can Paragon provide quickness? No, it's just alacrity. You can only provide alacrity to your party and quickness only to yourself if you play a certain relic. Yeah, Mistlock would be good. That is true. Zephyrus, just something to save you from the one-shots, you know? You will see that if I get Old Line Squad again, that will be very painful. If I get, like, Whisper Tronic, there is almost no one-shot, so the buff just saves you there all the time. It really is all about, like... Oh, Forging Steel. Ooh. That's now also raid. That's crazy, you know? That's also a raid. It's actually not that bad. The problem is that might be daily at some point. That's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, glad you like my streams. I try to be helpful and just relaxing. Yeah. What DPS specs are meta now? What about healers? Kinesis, I have a full tier list about it, but you can like summarize the whole tier list with every single spec has a meta DPS build, multiple maybe even, and multiple healers nowadays as well. So there is not a single class that doesn't have an S tier DPS or healer. Really, Guild Wars 2 is extremely flexible and balanced when it comes to that. Yeah. Is your Power Scrapper PvE build still wired? Yes, it's exactly the same. Nothing changed. What's your favorite World vs. World build right now? For roaming, it's Evoker. I really like Evoker. You can maybe check it out for a second. But Evoker is my favorite roaming build right now. Like, it's really fun. It's really, like, aggressive while also being, like, somewhat, I would say, skillful and is really good in outnumbered situations. For Zerg play, I like Heal Luminary because you provide perma stability to your party, which is extremely strong. I like to provide some value there. But other than that, yeah, that's my two favorite builds right now. Nice, Vanessa. I'm happy to hear that. Hopefully you will enjoy it as well. Yeah. Yeah, always happy to help. Always happy to help. And if you want to support me and want to purchase any expansion of Guild Wars 2 anyway, you can type !buy in the chat and you will get a link to my referral link. And you can support me for free if you want to do that. Just saying. Illuminate World vs. World, X Shield or Mace. I think in like a chaotic situation, I like to play with the Mace because it has more healing power, so to say. More healing value, to be more precise. But in a more organized squad, I like to run the Aches. Because a pull is like so nasty. If you land your pull with your eggs in World vs. World, that can completely destroy the enemy Zerg. So I like in organized squads, I go for eggs, but in like, let's say you just randomly join a pack commander or a chat commander or whatever, and then you go for the mace, I would say, because it's just a bit more healing, a bit more safety. Yeah. Love the filter options on your new website. Yeah, glad you like them. I will try to get more stuff going on with my website very soon. Of course, I'm just a single person working on everything. So if you like have some feedback and I want to improve it, it will take some time, but I will get to it hopefully. And yeah, I'm really happy with my website and it can be improved, quite sure. But it's in a good spot already and I have really good ideas coming up. So stay tuned for that for sure. Haven't played since before Barvanivas was released, so I have a lot of catching up to do. Yeah, but it's not that much. So it's nice. You have some content to do, but don't worry too much. You know, enjoy the ride. And I think it's one of the nicest things about Guild Wars 2 coming back from a long break is that you have so much content. You know, a lot of times veterans that played since the beginning with non-stop, you always complain about not having content. If you come back to the game, you have a lot of content to do. If you're a new player, you have years of content to do. So that's awesome. So see it like a positive way. Yeah, you have so much good stuff to do. It's good. Really good. So let's see. So this build, I really like this build specifically because it's really aggressive with like Marauder pieces while also having a lot of like some kind so you really mix the aggressiveness and defenses that you need for a Berserker build or like an aggressive power build. So that's why I like it so much. some arguments are you can play some more Celestial-based Catalyst or something like that, but I'm a little bit bored of playing Celestial all the time in World versus World. So for roaming that's why I like this build. Just wanted to showcase it a bit. There are multiple variations how you can play this. You can play a lot of different air traits. You can play a lot of different arcane traits actually. So adjust it to your needs. I just play it with this setup, which is very aggressive, but quite fun. Yeah, Tyria is really fun. Like Guild Wars 2 is like especially for players that play more casually and not like try hard, want to play like raids every single day. Then Guild Wars 2 is like insane amount of like content. It's really fun. The community is, I would say, very friendly as well. So I personally would say like if you are into that kind of stuff, yeah, Guild Wars is really nice to come back and very worth your time. And we just got yesterday a lot of content, and in the next like months we have some nice bonus events which will give you more rewards for playing the same stuff that you might do anyway. So that's quite good. And of course we will have some big update hopefully coming in end of May. Yeah, I think the prediction is, let's check. But I think the special tab has 97 days remaining, which is I think something like 26th of May or something. That's what I checked, I think. So it's like pretty much 3 months out, a bit more. So yeah, looking forward to that. We will have to see how big that patch will be. We will get a new map. We will probably get some World vs. World updates. The World vs. World trinket. That's awesome. And other than that, we will have to see what else we will get. So yeah. Thanks, Jack. Really appreciate it. Thanks a lot for the tier 1. 3 months already. Nice. Thanks a lot for the support. Do you think roaming conduit is dead? No, I think roaming conduit is not dead. I think it's in a decent spot. It's not like giga busted, but it's it's still good. Yeah. So if you enjoy it, I think you can still play it. If you don't like it that much, play something different, I would say. What's your thought on Guild Wars 3? Do you want a new game after all these years of progression? I personally would be like happy to get a new game because I will still play Guild Wars 2 even if the new game comes out. So you can play both of them at the same time. But I will take what I can get. You know, I don't care. I think if we get a new game, good. If we don't, then that's what it is. You know, I like Guild Wars 2. I'm happy and I don't mind starting from scratch. I know some veterans hate this aspect that if you would start a new game that you need to just start from scratch, have nothing, no legendary items, no cool skins and no titles or whatever. But I personally think I wouldn't mind it. I like to have like some kind of progression again, you know. I'm so to say almost done with Guild Wars 2 in like the progression sense. I just play for fun now, which is good enough. But personally, I think it would be cool to also have a goal, a long-term goal to chase. So there's that, I guess. Nice. Old lines caught, first try. That's what we like. That's what we like. How piano is World vs. World Evoker compared to Catalyst? Pretty much the same. Pretty much the same. I'm a beginner player, strictly interested in PvE. I'm joining Thief a lot. I want to play dagger focused or overall high mobility build with relatable but not hard usage. What builds do you recommend? I would say dagger condition Daredevil is probably one of the best builds to play. It's extremely easy to play. You spam one button over and over. That's it. And it's playing dagger, obviously. That's the name. So I think you should check that one out. It's really good. Yeah. Yeah, the nerfs are hard, but I think if you play it like correctly, then if you use the Cosmic Wisdom, so to say, with like some kind of like active mindset and don't spam it just because it's up, then I think it's noticeable, like it's okay. I agree with you that the nerfs are a bit painful. Like in PvP, you notice that a lot, but I think it's okay. It's not like something that makes it completely unplayable, at least in my opinion. Yeah. But maybe you're right, maybe with the other nerfs on top of that, it might be not as good anymore. But like I said, I think roaming is still a decent way of playing it. It's more in PvP way, I would say. Conduit is quite hard punished for its mistakes in the past, I guess. Which is a bit surprising to me because it was not like that, like overpowered. Nice. New player who stumbled across your class tier list video. It was just what I needed. Thank you for the all helpful videos. Nice, glad to hear that. Yeah, I'm trying to make good content and helpful content for all types of players. So if I can get more new players in the game, I mean that's perfect. I would like that. Yeah. Very beginner friendly Daredevil. It's fun to use too. Daredevil is basically a ninja. Yeah, I would say so. Yeah. Evoker still looks fine in PvP. Yeah, I think Evoker in PvP is like, it was so good, so far above all others in ranked specifically, where you don't have like crazy team compositions all the time. Then in a lot of cases, I would say Evoker got nerfed, yes, but the damage output, the utility it has is still there. It's just a little bit less. So I would say Evoker is still a really good pick in Guild Wars 2 PvP specifically, but also like you can see here in roaming is still really good. Of course, I don't get any one-on-ones right now, but still, yeah. You can see the burst damage is pretty good. Do you have a Discord community? Yes, I have that. It's in the, I think you can type !Discord in the Twitch chat, or you can just scroll down in the description of the YouTube stream, or the Discord, or the Twitch stream rather, is the link to my Discord server as well. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad you think so, Edsel. Glad you think so. I mean, that is a nice, like, idol there to have. Okay, let's go back to some quick play. You know, we want to see some chaos again. So we should maybe, for the next streams, maybe we should do some bets or something. You know, what kind of encounter I will get, how many people will die in the laser. Okay, so we will see. So what do we get now? What do we get now? Hopefully it's something, maybe Bone Skinner. Ooh. Maybe I'm in a group that will join in that, because that looked like everybody was in there in the beginning. Okay, Temple of Fabit, that's okay. Yeah, I'm dead. Okay, and they cannot rest me. That's painful. Can I use a revive orb here? No, I cannot use that. Oh, that's crazy. That's painful. You know, that you spawn in that at a place where they cannot even revive you. That is somewhat painful. I have to be honest. That is somewhat painful. Yeah, so my Discord is on like EU and NA, both of that, yeah. What would you say for Spear Thief, Power versus Condi? I think both of them are awesome. Like, they are really good. It's just you have to learn Spear first. That's not the easiest, yeah. You're only there to spawn dead in quick play? I mean, I like to play, you know. It's called quick play and not quick death, you know. Yeah, sorry for the dead joke here. I feel like Ranger joined Worry with the strange spot part after the Soul Beast nerf. I think like it's still good, you know, it's still good. I really like to play it to this day. It's just not like as special as other classes sometimes, yeah. Maybe I will farm the Doom Sky scale, but I'm not really that much into like mount skins, so I don't really care. And with my luck, you know, I would need probably like 1,000, 2,000, whatever tries, and I don't have the patience to do that. You know, it's like, maybe I get it if I'm lucky, but I will not grind for it, I would say. No, we cannot revive. In quick play, you can revive, like other players can revive you. So there is the option, they can actually hand rest you. But as I'm on top of this, like, I don't know, just look out here. They cannot go up and revive me, so they just have to kill the boss. I'm just like waiting here. That's the problem. Yeah. They can. In quick play you can revive, yeah. Just realized there's no reward track for Lunar New Year. Yeah, Lunar New Year doesn't, let's check. Does Lunar New Year not have a reward track? That's actually interesting. Lunar New Year. Yeah, I guess it doesn't. I mean, not everything has to have a reward tag. I guess it's not having enough rewards to actually be specific, I guess, maybe. Can you TP? Like to Mistlock? I mean, I could go out, but I mean, I want to get the quick play participation, you know? So they will get the kill. They're already at 50%. They will get the kill at some point. It just takes a while. That's more like the problem. Yeah. Is it hard for a raid newbie to join the raid quick play? No, just go in, it doesn't matter. Just go in, you will have a very easy time. That's the whole idea of this quick play. If you're new to raids, never played it before, go into quick play, you will understand how some of the bosses work, and you can then slowly go, hopefully in normal mode as well. Yeah. Yeah. It's a bit annoying that, like I said, I think it's good that they fixed. I really want to start with this. I think it's good that they fixed that you now can rejoin if someone left, if like someone DC'd, that you can rejoin the group with the quick play. That is awesome. But they should have also thought about that people that join later will spawn dead. You know, that's an pressing issue, because that means that yes, you have a 10th player, but they are not participating. So effectively you still do it 9 men. So not really helping. So I hope they will fix that. Maybe make it so that you spawn specifically in quick play alive. But I guess you can then abuse it to some extent and just like log out if you die and come back, and then you will spawn in alive again. But I don't know. There's always some problems if you fix something. But I personally think that is annoying that you are spawning dead. Definitely. Yeah. Yeah, this peak quick play, join in, eat dirt, reap rewards. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it is not my fault. You know, I did not choose the group. I just came in, and I think, you know, it's annoying for people that actually want to play, want to learn the encounter. For me, because I'm streaming, I'm talking to you, I don't care. We just wait until it's over and get some rewards. But it would be nicer if I could actually participate and hopefully help the group to be faster. Yeah, so that is just a bit annoying. That is now we're waiting there, but it looks like the group is doing somewhat fine. Hopefully they get the rest there. I don't want to have to redo that, but it looks okay. Oh, please don't die. How many stacks does it have? I cannot even target it. It's too far away. So bad. Okay. Yeah, I guess they get the rest here, and then they are like 10%. Doesn't look that punishing. Oh, maybe they get the CC. Hopefully they get the CC. 10%. Yeah, they got the CC. That's good. I think we are fine now. We get the rewards in like a minute or so. That's good again, I guess. What is different from quick play to normal mode except reviving and the missing buff? Nothing, actually. It's just you get different rewards. That's it. Yeah. No, if you don't have any experience, just go in. It doesn't matter. Just go in. That's the quick play. That's what you want. Quick play is exactly for those people. For people that want to get in, don't want to like learn anything beforehand. That's why quick play exists. Nice. I'm dead in the mist lock. Very good. A friend has limited hand movement on the one hand and wants to play Guild Wars 2. What do you recommend for PvE? You can check out my low intensity playlist. I have like at this point like 40 builds maybe that are low intensity. So specifically for people that either want or don't have the ability to play, so to say, more than just a low intensity build. So for example, rifle mechanist with auto attack only, or like unload Deadeye. There are so many options on unload that like antiquary. I have, check it out. !LI, so low intensity, in the Twitch chat, and you will get a link to the playlist. Yeah, I think that is easy to avoid, this bug. They could fix it and it is nice. Yeah, one could do it so that you spawn dead, but then automatically revived after 60 seconds. Yeah, that would be good. I guess that would be fixing the issue that you could exploit it. Yeah, I guess that's a good idea. Yeah. I wonder how often I can get purposely one-shot by mechanics and leech rewards before Annie gets me on my ass. I would not recommend it, because it's obviously also like on a human behavior, not very nice. But I think it's like, I would not say that some people do it, but it looks sometimes a bit like it. With how fast some people die, it's quite impressive. So let's go another round. Let's see how it goes this time. So I want to see a Bone Skinner now. Come on, Bone Skinner. Something exciting, something new. I think after that, I think we had almost all of them already. Just want to thank you for the low intensity builds. They're great. Nice, glad to hear that. More coming, more coming. So let's see how it goes. What is it? What is it? Old Line Squad. Snowdrop, you will be happy. I have to write something. Like this smiley face, you know, so I don't want to be toxic or anything. Do you agree with the 1/5 difficulty for Bone Skinner? I think Bone Skinner, especially with the buff, is actually quite easy. You can tank almost all of the mechanics. There is no one-shot mechanic in Bone Skinner, so I think Bone Skinner is actually quite easy. The thing that I don't really like... The thing that I don't like is that it also gives you less rewards, so maybe they could have increased it a bit, because it's like obviously one of the hardest strike missions for new players, because it has actually attacks to dodge. Normally you just stand on the tag and you're fine. But yeah, I think it's 1 of 5. Yeah, time to vibe. Are you happy? Are you ready? They break the seams. Your sanity breaks as well. I mean, my day was good, you know, my day was good so far. And let's see if it stays good, if we have people like breaking this break bar here again. So far so good. No one CC'd. Like no single CC. Oh, there we go. Cripple and some CC going on. We have a Paragon CCing. That's okay. If they just CC once, I will take that as a win. Not going like crazy full CC break bar. Everything. Okay, so far so good. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, it's moving. Please, no. Oh my god, was that close. What are they doing? They really want to live on the edge. Oh my god. That's actually the most exciting one. To be honest, at this point, I actually embrace it. I think I want only Old Line Squad to have some content here. Yeah, I mean, Cripple is okay. It's such a soft CC, it doesn't do that much breakbar damage. But if you like stun them, look at this big chunk that goes away, that's stunning. Yeah, I guess that's a very good like one shot. Very good. We lost 2 people for that. Good job. Great CCs. Appreciated that. What is wrong, you know? What is wrong? It is nowhere explained that you shouldn't CC, but it's like it really hurts. It really hurts. If you write in the beginning, don't CC, and they still CC. It hurts. It really hurts. Do I need a certain DPS for quick play rates? No, just play whatever you like. Try to have a meta build somewhat close to it, and you are good. That's what I would recommend. So, green one first, please. Green one first. Now I have to CC like crazy so that they can't CC the other one first. That's the smart way of doing it. Fake group? What is this? The paid actors, you know, paid actors. Exactly. Yeah, I have a video for add-ons. Yes, I do that. I have Arc DPS, a very detailed guide. It's over half an hour where how you can set it up, change the font, everything. And if you want to go for Blish HUD, which is the blue mouse cursor that I have, if you want to go for that one, I have a guide about how to set that up as well. And if there's like request for it, I will also go, for example, and talk about logging and stuff like that with Arc DPS in the future as well, because that's a whole nother topic on top of that. Yeah. Good vibes, more important than 40k. Yeah, that's true. I mean, you have to like have a build that you enjoy doing, but you also should play a build that is somewhat like reasonable. If you are going for full soldier stats or something like that, and having like healing gear, healing traits, that probably is not the smartest way. But if you go for a healing build with providing alacrity or something like that, then it's fine, you know, just play what you enjoy and that is somewhat reasonable as a build. No one will have a problem with that. It's more like the problem is more that if you like ignore mechanics, like I find it funny that no one brings the C when they are supposed to, yeah, and now they do, yeah. It's just like, it's like with Chuck Garrett in the beginning when it came out, people understood that it is actually easier to not CC Chuck Garrett. Nowadays it doesn't matter, but back then it was the same as here. I mean, I would rather have people that actually CC all the time when there's a break bar, because there is like, you can count on one hand how many times you should not CC when there is a break bar. It's not that often the case. So I guess better have people that always blue bar means CC. I guess that's better, yeah. Yeah, that's from Blishot. My blue mouse cursor is from Blishot, yes. It's just something that I have anyway installed, and therefore I'm going for the Blishot add-on, yeah. You can type !mouse in the Twitch chat if you want to see how to set it up. Yeah. Yeah, I think the mouse cursor is really good, and there are some really nice Blishot add-ons as well. I think the one that I like using a lot for example, is the session tracker add-on if you want to see how much gold you made in the farming session or how much world versus world kills you got in a session, stuff like that here, this one. Or you can also set, for example, in raids, when you get into raids, you can try to actually get the timer set up so that you can see when there is, for example, a mechanic happening, cannons on the beta comes to mind, stuff like that. You can actually get some kind of help doing the raid encounters. So Blizzard is a really nice like add-on for people that want to increase their knowledge about the game. And yeah, Old Lions Court is, I think Old Lions Court is a really fun, oh my god, this guy will die. Oh, barely, that's good. So I think like Old Lions Court is one of the fights that I actually enjoy. It's a nice designed fight. The problem is with a like squad of full 10 new players, that is a bit painful for a new encounter to just learn how it works. But I actually like it. I think it has really good mechanics. I think it's interesting. It's maybe a bit on the like slow side in terms of for strike missions specifically, but it's okay. You know, it's not everything has to be like done in 2 minutes. Some people are just learning about Defined Bars. Yeah, that's fine. That's completely fine. You don't have to understand everything in the beginning. It's just fun to watch here if you're a veteran and see like people CCing like crazy so that everybody else dies. I'm the tank, I guess. Okay. Yeah, pathing add-on is also extremely valuable, of course. Extremely valuable. I need some healing, to be honest. I should get this down to 10%. I guess I will just ignore it and try to press the damage, press the meta to skip. Here we go. The abundance of AoEs confused me greatly. Yeah, it's quite confusing, but I think the cool part of why I like Old Lions Court so much is it starts slow. It explains the AoEs in the beginning quite clearly, and then it adds it every single time after that on top of that. So that's why I like it so much. So it's so to say starting slow and then slowly getting more and more and more. And I think that's an interesting fight. It is a bit slow because if you die now, you would have to do everything again. So you would have to do like a 8-minute fight again if it's a slow crew. But the blue one. So let's see here like crazy. There we go. Nice. You see, that's like the party is like, I'm happy, you know, no one died, or at least we resurrected them, and no one is hopefully seeing the wrong ones now. 10%. Very good. Looks good. I'm happy. Yeah. So yeah, you should, if you want to get build guides, I think if you want a written version, you should check out Snowcross. If you want a video version, you can check out my build guides on my YouTube channel. Both should cover the same builds to some extent. I have sometimes a bit of different builds as well, depending on the situation. I also have solo builds for PvE. So you should just look for the, like, so to say, websites and content creators that provide this. And you should be fine, you know. Guild Wars 2 has a lot of amazing websites and tools, you know, for almost everything. Nice, we got it. That was a rather clean one. Like, nice. That was like not as chaotic as you might have hoped in the chat. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can also use your builds. Just be aware that sometimes you should, if you're in a group, you should play a build that also fills its role. So for example, if you're a healer, it doesn't mean that you have to play the Snowcrows or my build, but you should play a build that actually fills the role. So if you're a quick heal build, so quickness healing, then you should provide permanent quickness to your party and should heal them. If you then provide no quickness at all and don't heal at all, then I think you're grieving the group. So yes, use your own builds if you want, but use a build that also fills the role. Yeah. Same goes for DPS, same goes for offensive supports, whatever. These aren't real people, they are far too calm and actually play the mechanics. Yeah. Did you mention before add-on for raids from Blizzard? There are really good add-ons on Blizzard, yeah. There is a timer add-on in Blizzard that I like to use if you want to, for example, get the setup here. That is awesome. That sees, for example, like when the cannons are happening and tells you, okay, you have to move west now. If you want to do Doom Queens. There are so many things that is really good for specifically raids. That is really good here. The timers add-on, yeah. The Connie Paragon is really good. That's really good. Okay, so another one. So what do we get now? I can't stop, can't stop gambling, the matchmaking and quick play. Ooh, I'm dead again. I think I got 9 instantly. Not a good sign. Not a good sign. It's the Bone Skinner. I wanted Bone Skinner. Nice, no one dead. Perfect, Do we have healers here? Do we have healers? I don't think we have healers, so I go Trooper. I'm going like Troubadour. I'm going Troubadour. I know I'm boring, but what can I do? I want to go heal and get this done. Make sure that we set it up correctly. There we go. Squad ready, everything works. We are ready to go. Bone Skinner, finally. The carry build, exactly. The carry build. Should not be a problem. Like this should like not be a problem. The buff carries hard here. Bone Skinner, the buff carries like insanely hard. Because the buff helps you survive. You see, those would have died in normal mode. They would have died like crazy. Okay, get the CC. No, we don't get the CC, that's fine. That is fine. People running around like headless chicken, that is fine as well. Maybe get the thing here, that's good. Yeah, not a problem. And it's also very fast. Bone Skinner is really nice because it's fast, it's safe, it's not likely to wipe, and I can carry them with healing, I guess, as well. Very good. Can stop whenever I want. Exactly. It has to stop. It has to stop at some point. I cannot continue playing like this all the time. You see, I can tank this. Like it's doesn't hurt that much. It's crazy. It's quick play. You don't. I have to be honest. If you had a tryhard group here, I think you could actually fight this without any healers because of the buff. It's the buff here helps a lot. Yeah. What do you think are the best specs for helping carry? It depends a bit on what kind of encounter you're specifically trying to carry, but I would say in general in Guild Wars 2 healers in group content are the most carry specs because they do the mechanics. They can, for example, swap to stability, they can swap to Aegis, they can swap to utility with reflect while also having healing while doing the mechanics. So it's all about like what you need for a specific encounter, and if you have the knowledge what to do on a specific encounter, then in the long run you probably carry your group the most there. But you can also carry with DPS if you're playing very well as DPS. It's just not as impactful oftentimes because DPS is just making the fight longer, but dealing with the mechanics correctly might actually make you win. Yeah. Trouble with boon uptime using Snowcross quickness DPS rich list? Yeah, that is a common problem because it doesn't have any boon duration and it's really tight. So if you want to be more safe, just use boon duration. Just use some Diviner's pieces and you will be fine. It will decrease your DPS, but it makes it so that you actually are fine with having more boon uptime because Ritualist is very tight and somewhat like limited in range radius when it provides it. So I would say better be a bit safe and maybe use, for example, concentration food, or you put some Diviner pieces in there. Yeah. How can I do daily strikes now? So the daily strikes, you would just go into raids and advertise, for example, something like Icefruit Saga 5 plus Dragonstorm. So something like this. And if you advertise that, it's still giving you daily rewards, just not daily like legendary insights. That's not something you will get, but you will get the Eternal Eye Shards, you will get some other rewards, that some unidentified gear and stuff like that. So that is still doable, but you have to do it in raids or under Icefruit Saga. It depends what the community actually wants to do. You can put it under Icefruit Saga as well, but I think it's more feasible to put in raids and people would actually go there. Yeah. That's what I would say. Yeah. And if you want to get into quick play, like Snowdrop mentioned, you have to go to raids and then to raid training and then here the quick play button. It's a little bit hidden. I think it should be more pronounced because it's under training and not experienced. So, and it's like just this button. It should be somewhere like on top quick play or something. But I guess that's how it is. Yeah. I'm nearly done with my light raid armor. With which elementalist build should I try out first? Oh, that's tough. For PvE, I personally would say like Evoker is really good. Like, you can play specialized Evoker. I really like this one. It's actually, after the nerfs, still one of my, like, I play it a lot because it's fun. It's not like giga busted or really strong, but this one is really fun. I can maybe show it in one quick play session. I can stop at any time, you know, I can stop at any time. But quick play Evoker is also decent. Like, quickness, it's nice, it's fun. It's just spam the attacks and you do some nice damage. Another Bone Skinner, nice. I like the Dungeon Rush. I really like the Dungeon Rush. Okay, I guess they want me dead here, though. No, not good. Maybe they die, though. That's fine. That's fine. But yeah, Dungeon Rush, I'm happy with it, that it comes up. Maybe they will improve the rewards, but I think Dungeon Rush is actually one of the better rushes. It's not as good as the World vs. World Rush, but it's way better than, for example, the normal Fractal Rush or stuff like that. So we will have to see what we will get this time, but I think it's actually fun that we get more rush events, and we have 2 unannounced ones, so maybe there will be, I don't know, some kind of other rush that we haven't had yet. Maybe you have some ideas. Yeah. I got queued into a raid and I don't have the expansion for. Yeah, there are some really nasty bugs with that. It's still in beta, so to say, sadly. Quick play for both Fractals and raids should be accessible through the respective UI, not the LFG. Yeah, I mentioned that earlier in the stream. I think the whole UI for raids should be actually somewhere up here. The whole should be like something that you can open, and you have some kind of UI that pops up here, and you can just click on it, and then you will get the quick play, you get the normal raids, and see the clears, and you don't have to walk into the portal. I think the portal is nice from a roleplay perspective, but from a role, like, what makes sense, I think it would make more sense to have a UI for that, the whole thing. Okay, so I think after this we will draw the winner, exclamation mark enter, to enter for the 400 gem giveaway sponsored by ArenaNet. And we will draw the winner in like 2 minutes. You have to be a Twitch follower to win. Subscribers get 5 times the luck. Good luck to everybody. Yeah. So yeah, that is good chance for you to get some gold back. And yeah, let's wait a bit longer, 2 more minutes or so, and then we will draw. That was a very boring strike mission, but we did it. We did it. Skip the first 3 after drawing. I mean, we will see, we will see, we will see. Nice, we did the weekly quick play. So we got some nice loot here, weekly quick play cash, and some legendary insights. Right? We take that. We take that. Would you say that Guild Wars 2 raiding community is toxic? No, I think the raiding community is not toxic. I think it's a rather small community. It's not like crazy big, but I think the community itself is not toxic. I actually think the community is rather wholesome. It's just like you have to know where to look for. So training is better with Discords. Like statics are more common than pugging, but it's not toxic, I would say. It's just like you want to have experienced people, and therefore kill-proof exists. So it's not perfect, but I mean, it doesn't exist in the game anything else. That's the problem. Yeah, PvP is more toxic, I would say. I will not answer this question, so Rofina, because I don't want to. I don't have any sponsorship, so I cannot answer this. You know. Yeah, I'm not toxic. I play raids weekly. Exactly. You know, no one would say they are toxic. You know, it's and I think raids are actually quite fine. You just have to find the right people to play with and the right skill level. Okay, I think it's time. Good luck to everybody. Hope you are entered. Exclamation mark enter to enter. And typical streamer lying dead on the floor while reading chat. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and subscribers get 5 times the luck. So good luck to everybody. Let's see who wins this time. Hopefully we don't have to reroll like 7 times. So good luck. And the winner is... where is it? There. No way. You won again. What is the possibility? Crazy. So I cannot pronounce your name still. So that's just how it goes. Good. If you are here, let me know. Let me know. And you will get another another round of gems. Again. 5-time luck indeed. I mean, you see the percentages. It's 4% or something. So we had someone earlier in the first giveaway with 7% win. So we didn't have that many giveaways things. So if you're here, let me know. If not, we have to reroll. That's just how it goes, yeah. It was a different giveaway, so don't say rigged, you know? Don't say rigged. I mean, you will say it anyway, but it isn't. It isn't. So if you're here, let me know. You see the name on top of the screen in the right corner. You just, I cannot pronounce this name, I'm sorry. So if you're here, I will write you the code. If not, we will just reroll. That's how it goes. Maybe that this time they are not here. Maybe we have to reroll. So wait a bit. Let's wait a bit. Now it's the time. Yeah, exactly. We have maybe this time they will win. Yeah, maybe they're here this time. Okay, so 30 more seconds, and then we will reroll. That's how it goes. Rerolling here, rerolling stream. That's how I should change the title here, to be honest. Double it and give it to another person? Yeah, exactly. Kick W. I won't do that, you know. I don't have unlimited gems. Ooh, they actually have the ring. Nice. They all have the ring. Nice. Okay, so I guess they are not there. We will reroll. Good luck again to everybody else. Let's see who it is. Dying Bitcoin. I mean, that's nice, I guess. Congrats to you. So, Dying Bitcoin, if you're here, just type in the chat and tell me you're here, and then we can send you the codes. Congratulations. Not rigged. Below a 1% chance of winning. So, hopefully they are here this time. So wait, let's see. Nice, you're here. Very good. Lucky you. Yeah, exactly. Congrats. Let me know if you're on Steam or if you're on the normal client. Let me know. Very important question here. Snowdrop timing out random innocent people. If you're on Steam, let me know. That's an important question here. Steam? Okay. Then let me know your account name, please. Because weirdly enough, really weirdly enough, you let me know your in-game account name. You can whisper it to me if you want, if you don't want to see anybody else. Then I can send you some in-game gold. But the problem is, you sadly cannot send gem codes to Steam members. Or you can send it, but they cannot use it. For whatever reason, Steam code redeeming is not possible. So this here works in normal client. In Steam client, it doesn't work for whatever reason. So that's just, yeah, sad. But that's how it goes. So I will just send you, I would send you 400 gems. So instead of that, I will send you, let's check, custom exchange and see how much you get for that. Like 110, I don't know, no. You will get 100 gold. I'm feeling generous. 100 gold. Instead of the gems. Just let me know your in-game account name and I can send it to you. There we go. Yeah, I mean, I'm obviously, I have a decent amount of gold. You know, I have all the legendaries in the game, so it would be weird if I don't know how to make gold in this game. So that's just how it goes. That's just how it goes. Congrats again. And there we go. 100 gold instead. Do you have all your characters full legendaries equipped? I have full legendary on everything, yeah. I have like I just played this game way too much. You know, I have full legendary, like 7 runes, 6, 8 sigils, like everything. I have 2 amulets. I don't know. I have just way too much. You know, you can watch my full account too if you want to see it. You see how many legendaries I have here. So I have like 3 armor sets. So yeah, I don't know. Just played this game way too much. That's what it is. Yeah. No, Twitch shops should be working, to be honest. It's just sometimes it takes a bit longer until you get them. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, you should not spend your gold on infusions if you want to get the legendaries. That's the very important tip. You should not waste your gold on infusions. Yeah, yeah. It's just I played the game a lot. That's mostly it. So I'm as a member of the onion farming mafia. Don't get fooled. Yeah, onions are important. You know, onions are important. Yeah, in real life and in the game. Yeah. But yeah, I think that is, to be honest, the end of the stream. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks a lot for watching. And thanks for all your support. It was a nice stream, chaotic and quick play, but not as chaotic as I thought. Thanks a lot for watching. I will stream more often this week, so hopefully you will join again. Wish you a very nice day and take care. See you around. And yeah, thanks again. See you.